Yep. Oh, maybe I should look at stats today. Maybe I should just look at stats. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that. Hey, Tree.
I got it!
Well, howdy.
Hello. It was better when you were on break. It was not better when I was on break. Dude, hang on a second. I gotta send this to myself. This is a freaking hilarious image. You guys ever heard of like Aura rings? They're like those health, like sleep and like health rings or whatever. Like track your heart rate and crap. Got one based off of my doctor's recommendation a little while back. And they did like the end of year analysis.
We are so
And my
back to
sister...
Silliness buff.
You guys may not know my sister. I don't know if some of you guys may be vaguely aware of my sister. She's like the classic second born. Like we grew up really close, whatever. But she's always making fun of me and downplaying everything that I do constantly. It's got one of those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Hello, explosions. So I like did my end of year thing this morning, and it was so freaking funny. Let me see if I can find it. Looking at my like end of year, like, hang on. This is freaking hilarious. Wait, okay, yeah, that, and then make sure I'm not like doxing myself here. I don't think I am. Yeah. Dude, check this out. Check this out. This is so freaking depressing. This is from, okay, I don't know why my stream chat just disappeared, but this is from October to December. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And then, oh no. Oh dear. It is not good. So, yeah. So I just sent it to her, and she's like, I don't want to hear it. I'm like, all right, frick you, dude. I hate you. Oh my gosh. But not been my month. But we're a little bit on the mend here. I mean, it's just been rough. It's been like the worst month of sickness since like 2015 for me. It's been bad. But yeah, it's only uphill from here. Hello, Poke. Oh, I need to ping my Discord. Whoops. I forgot to ping my Discord. Whoops. But I hope everybody, I appreciate all the subs. I hope everyone's had a nice holiday season. Yeah, I'm trying not to push myself too hard. It's really hard after the new year because I'm like really like ready to go. But obviously you just can't. I think that like, okay, so this is like, if I can just like complain a little bit, because I'm you guys know me, I never complain about anything. I am sweet, happy, and lovely all the time. And I never point fingers. But in this particular instance, I will complain a little bit. I don't know if this is going to fit, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Let me make sure that this video is going to work first. It's a Wonderful Life thing. Hang on. I hate you. Classic sibling interaction. Yes. Like that's me and my sister, like basically in a nutshell. It's great. We have a great relationship. And no cap. Not how I wanted to start the stream. Wait. Did it work? Yes.
No, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. I don't need 24 hours. I don't have to talk to anybody. I know right now. And the answer's no. Doggone it.
It's literally me the entire month of December. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I was just... the great thing about like Christmas for me is I love Christmas. First off, like big Christmas guy. I walk by, people go, oh my gosh, it's the Christmas guy, and I shake and wave. But it's also because that's like my biggest break, because I have like a weekish leading up to it and then like a week and a half afterwards. But every freaking year I get sick, and this year was like by far the worst. Like I don't get sick the rest of the year, and then I get sick. And it's always just random crap, like something different every time. It's just a different illness every year. And it's just the worst because I had so many things planned. Like basically what I like to call them is like fun projects. Like a lot of them are work related, but they're like, things I got to catch up on, or pictures, or this, or working on this project, whatever. And I don't get any of it done. I'm just like, freaking sucks. So that's my complaining. I hate that. I would like to get stuff done. I don't get anything done. I have legitimately like 110 DMs that I haven't answered yet because I've been too busy leading up to the month ahead, and people are crazy and my DMs explode. So I feel bad, but yeah, we'll get there eventually. Wow, you look terrible. Thank you. Your sister's a pro rage baiter? Yes. But I am very happy to be here today, because I wanted to look at the stats, and I think today's a perfect timing because midseason got delayed. So all the stats are going to be up to date. It's going to be perfect. This is something I've been looking forward to all week. And then I got maybe a funny video we can look at later too. So, but yes, we're here. December freaking sucked, but we're going to make this year so much better. I'm going to try to do a better job hopefully the big reason why last year was bad for me, I guess we can just kind of talk about it. All right. So like, I like being honest with you guys. I like talking with you guys, like talking through like how I've been feeling. I think, so last year was like not a great year for me. Not a bad year, but not a great year for me. And there's really just one reason why. It was a very expensive travel year, like very expensive travel year. So I was out of state, I want to say 11 times. Some were some work trips. A lot of them were family responsibilities. A lot of weddings, like 4 weddings back to back to back, all out of state. And none of them I could say no to. The one that was maybe a little borderline was the first one that I'd committed to like 6 months before. And so I couldn't say no to it. And overall, the weddings were fine. Some of them were great. Some of them were not so much. But I overall enjoyed them. But they were all out of state, all involved time off. So I was flying. I flew probably 10 or 11 times last year. And then obviously, travel, stress of time zone changes and whatever else, not sleeping in your own bed. So that wasn't great. But then the other problem is that because I'm self-employed, anytime that I take off, I can't.
Welcome back.
When is the wedding with Ralph? I'm not going to tell you.
holidays.
Hello, A. Jackson. Hope you enjoyed the holidays. I was not a great year. But you take time off. So freaking not making any money, I had to take so much time off, and it wasn't relaxing time off either. So this year was not great. Not great. I think this year from like a business standpoint, I think we made, I don't know what you guys think, but I think a lot of my goals for the channel and for like the stream and stuff, I think we did an okay job of. I think we've really worked on developing a really strong team for the editing, thumbnails, for Spylo 2. We've got Spylo 3 up and running. We've done some variety content. I've been planning out all of my streams this year fairly successfully. So like everything from a business perspective, I think everyone's done a great job, and I've been very pleased with that. All the work trips and stuff are really fun as well. I just, from my perspective, the disappointing thing is like everything else that could have possibly gone wrong went wrong. So kind of a bummer. So I'm hoping this year, I already have like 2 out of state things that have come up. One of them is going to be BlizzCon, but I'm trying to pare down that stuff here so I can enjoy like the process that we've kind of put together, and I can kind of focus on the quality of what I'm doing a little better. Because last year was just completely exhausting, like just exhausting. Thank you, Azalira. I feel like it's okay. Wait, Azalira. Thank you. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Mostly that. Mostly to be able to just say no to more things and then to spend some more time just continuing to improve the process. So I know I'm coming across as ungrateful. Mostly it's not ungrateful. The system and everything that we've done here has been great. Like, I've actually really enjoyed my work. Coaching has been a lot of fun. Content has been a lot of fun. The streams have been a lot of fun. Felt amazing. I've had a great year with Overwatch. It's just been everything outside. It's just been exhausting. So that's really been my New Year resolution, as much as I possibly can control it. Which, why is chat not showing up here? Is to try to hopefully, there we go. It's weird. It's like the source dies sometimes and it just doesn't show up. But that's my goal. Luka Goo, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well, mate.
You know what this is?
There is a chance as well we might have to, like, this is more of like an internal thing we'll have to figure out. But there's a chance as well we might have to, like,
if you work to make life easier for yourself, if you just
that's the goal.
That's
the goal, is to make it a little easier. It's just a little challenging to do that without compromising. I've had to, like, learn what my availability, like, trying to decide where my availability needs to be is like a challenge. That's going to be by far the most important thing for me to figure out this year. Is like, what's my availability going to be like? Because it's tough to be gone for, like, to not answer DMs with alacrity for 1 month, just like 3 or 4 weeks, and have over 100 DMs. That's tough. And it's not even the people's fault. Like, Lukago, I got some DMs from you on a rework project, which I wanted to know about. Like, I want to know about that, but it is very discouraging to take the time off. So what's up, Bronze Spilo? Chat, did you guys know that? I think I heard the word in the street is that Bronze Spilo hit champion. So, but, nice. Congrats, Keskarili. My brain is exhausted. Sorry. Congratulations. Masters on Tank is phenomenal work. But yeah, anyway, all that whining to be done. Sometimes I just need to whine a little bit. Business stuff is going well. Last year for hobbies for me was really good. I was able to kind of diversify some more of my time, which is great. And I think this next year is going to be, Lord willing, even better. I think we've got the team is definitely kind of, our system side of things has improved a lot. There's one big little detail that we're working on behind the scenes with Stefano. You guys know Stefano, some of you. And we're going to be doing some new things with the coaching side of things. So stay tuned for that. That's been a little bit of a work in progress for a while. And yeah, more planned streams, more content stuff, more YouTube edited stuff. You've probably kind of already noticed some of the pivots right now with Spilo 3 getting a lot of the Etc. projects. There's definitely been some clear feedback, I think, from, like, the YouTube side of things about which video projects do well on YouTube and which don't. The editing quality, I would like to hope, has gone up across the whole as a whole as well. Do you get the Masters? Well, Masters with Vendetta was never really the goal because we got it basically almost instantly. So what we did instead is I set like a approximate playtime parameter, which was like 10 plus hours for her, I felt like. And I'm at like 11 hours. That's the other problems with being sick, is I haven't really played Vendetta in like 3 weeks. I haven't really played much Overwatch in like 3 weeks. So I did play a couple of games here and there, played some games yesterday. I basically just have won a lot in a row. And so I'm like a couple games away from Masters again. So if we have time today, I might play a couple of games. But I've already essentially achieved the goal. Vendetta goal should have been GM if she's overtuned. She's overtuned for sure, but like GM's still a big ask for me for the amount of playtime that I have. But yeah, cheers everybody. For me, like on maybe more of a anecdotal side of things, I don't know how y'all's experience, for any of you guys who have grinded all the heroes. I think DPS generally is actually probably my hardest role for me. Probably my hardest. I think it's the hardest. I think tank is slightly easier, but like it depends on the hero, of course. But slightly easier, and obviously support's way easier. I've always had a slightly harder time with DPS than with most DPS. Yeah. Freya was challenging for me, even though Freya was definitely overtuned as well. All of the reworked DPS have been challenging for me. You could make Jamin make some good streaming content. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's the problem. Maybe one day we'll do Grandmaster, but it would have to be a dedicated content piece. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the time. What's my favorite cup of tea? High quality matcha, probably. By the way, how are you, Varashi? Good to see you.
That tracks with my rank. My sup is low plat. My tank is mid gold.
Yeah.
My DPS hovers low gold.
It depends, but I think most people struggle the most with DPS because it is just a very mechanical focused. Yeah, Freya was harder for sure. Freya was harder than Vendetta for me, for sure. It's really wavy. Welcome. Welcome to Overwatch.
Glad to see you back. Hope
thank you,
you're
Tristan.
Looking forward to me bugging you this Saturday. BTW, did
I
you
heard
see
about
the
it, but I
Overwatch
haven't seen
1
it.
reverse
I don't really have a lot of
engineering
interest in it
project?
because the limited Overwatch Classic experience that I've had has been pretty overwhelmingly negative because I think like our preferences have just changed, but we'll see. Yeah. Emotional roller coaster, I bet. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I went wrapped around to almost Diamond 4, I think, with Vendetta off of a bad streak, but I basically won almost every single game in a row since then. I think I went on like a 15-1 run or something like that. Limited Bastion, which was good. Not too much Bastion. I don't even think my Bastion win rate's particularly good. Okay, 61% better than I thought. I played Sombra, but it's not boosted my win rate at all. It's only 47. I haven't played Symmetra or Mei because I'm too good at them. It would have been too easy. So I try to stick with characters that, or Vendetta. Venture is another one, would have been probably too easy. Heck, even Pharah would have been too easy, I think. I think I'm pretty good with Pharah, from like a macro perspective anyway. But I feel a lot more comfortable with coaching Vendetta. Certainly, that's the main goal. I understand the character very well. Big thing is just about like maintaining aggression and staging. Like the staging has been probably the most unusual aspect because her mobility is just so clunky, so slow that you really kind of have to be a little bit unpredictable for approach. In terms of feedback for the character, we can talk I'm not going to go super in depth into Vendetta. I do want to talk about stats soon. We'll talk more about Vendetta once I finish the Vendetta guide and get that all wrapped up. Yeah, I've been abusing Bastion for sure. But the thing is I would literally perform better on Sim Mei than I would in Bastion this season. I'm not very good at Bastion. So any character that received a significant change, I put time on. Bastion received significant change, and there's definitely some adjustments to my coaching with Bastion with the time I've spent on it. With the Mickey Mouse hero pool? Yeah. But, well, it's because all the new heroes are released in an overtuned state, or all the heroes like Mei or Sam or Sombra have received soft reworks. Right, so I've played Junkrat, right? Like they're all the bad heroes, the weird heroes like Pharah as well that have received reworks. That's why I've ended up playing them. There's no reason for me to play Cass, right? Like nothing's really changed. So, what was I saying? Vendetta, playtime, playstyle, feedback. Yeah, my big feedback for Vendetta has consistently been the clunk. She's just too slow, which means she's too strong. She definitely needs nerfs like globally. I actually gave them feedback 2 days or 1 day before the patch where they nerfed her swing 225 breakpoint. I think that breakpoints are like really important for her, and they definitely are too strong. And so like that's a good nerf, and it's definitely affected her win rate by I think like 2%, which is nice. But the problem is with Vendetta, and we won't go into it too much today, but it's just too much of her mobility is too slow and it's not snappy enough. So that what that means is that it's really hard to take space without being unpredictable, without getting punished. Which is a problem because then it means that basically her gameplay loop is about being unpredictable. You're not allowed to do the quote unquote honest thing and then disengage safely, just winning off of macro. So it means that she's too top heavy, right? There's too much of the value through this, and then trying to get out with this, or even worse, getting out with your sword toss is just completely unviable. It's like slower than Reaper Teleport, or as slow as Reaper Teleport. And the reason why this is interesting, and so a lot of my feedback to the devs was kind of on this front, as my latency spikes, was the problem is that if your sword toss is slow, it means that you cannot use it as a disengage tool. And if you can't use your sword toss as a disengage tool, it's very difficult to manage aggro with black, because if you get a lot of attention and start blocking, the more attention that you get, the less likely that you're going to be able to do this and get out, because that will kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So there's this weird cycle where actually her block doesn't function very well in most circumstances because you can't rely on holding aggro and then also getting out. It'd be like if Winston had like a wind up for his jump. I'm already, get down, get out of this thing. So you have to basically get out before things go badly, because if you wait until things go badly, you will not get out. You will not get out because you can't. So the problem with Vendetta is that this is not a reliable mobility tool for disengaging. It's extremely unreliable. It's really like old school Reaper teleport. Very strong for staging. That's it. That's basically it for surprise, right? And the other problem with that as well is that means that it's very hard to balance for the element of surprise because it could be very feast or famine. If they see you doing this as Vendetta, it can feel as if, oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. If you don't see them, well, then they're dead, right? And so she is definitely not DPS Doom, like feast or famine, like in that regard. I've seen some people talking about like, oh, it's DPS Doomfist all over again, which I think is just complete hubris. Like anybody that has ever played with DPS Doomfist, even in the Overwatch Classic mode, knows that's utter horse manure. But she definitely has too much feast or famine than she does because she's not able to mitigate properly through her block and through her sword toss. And it's because of the sword toss. The block is fine. There's really nothing that needs to change the block. You could even tune down the amount of resource that it has if you want to. There's nothing inherently wrong with the block, in my opinion. It's the fact that because sword toss is one of the worst mobility cooldowns in the game, from a disengaged standpoint, is you cannot reliably use it as a disengaged tool. And that really gatekeeps her from being less bursty, right? Because so much of her value does come from what we wanted to avoid initially, which was my initial feedback even on the first playtest, which is it's too much on the overhead. There's too much damage. There's too much front loading, right? And even a lot of how her breakpoints work, right? There's definitely, I still think, too much value being put into the overhead. I don't think that they necessarily should do it through the normal swing, because it's not an aim reliant or skill reliant. I would prefer them to buff stuff like the shift damage and then probably remove the major perk where she spin to wins. I think that's probably too strong as a consequence. You could talk about using projected edge damage and talking about breakpoints with that. Anyway, or we could just leave, not even buff anything about her damage. Probably don't even need to be honest with you. Right, and there's definitely thoughts to be had about like how her speed changes radically, which makes it very difficult to CC in certain situations because her speed ramps up, and so her movement patterns become increasingly more difficult to predict. But I think the 225, what was quoted here, is nerf is good, but they should have kept first two swings at 50 and nerf the overhead to 120. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's basically exactly what I recommended, which was nerfing the overhead. Hey, Nodlin. But yeah, basically my point being is that this character, for them to nerf properly, they need to nerf her breakpoints again, and then they also need to make sword toss like so much faster. Like it needs to be so much faster. And then just nerf the crap out of her block resource if necessary. She just like, this is what I meant when they said the ultimate dive character, and I said this is not a dive character. This is what I was referring to, and this was obvious from the first playtest. She's too slow. She's just too slow. Which means that she does too much damage, because there isn't really, you take that away and she just is not going to be able to function. She's just not going to be able to function. Maybe less armor. Yeah, you could definitely target her armor as well. You could take away 50 armor easily. Yeah. The armor is a good shout as well, because I'm not as familiar with what her matchups look like, but it could definitely help some of her more swingy matchups, because it doesn't help her in a lot of matchups. Yeah, it just needs to be so much faster. So it's too punishing of an ability to function as it is. They could even make the sword toss go not as high. Like it could go back what it was before, which is like a meter or two shorter. Doesn't matter. It just needs to be snappy. And you got to remember how much of a buff that would be in terms of how the character plays, because we've already seen literally the exact same scenario happen with the Reaper teleport change, when all of a sudden that became a god tier perk and it felt incredible to play with, right? Like that's kind of what we're dealing with here, and you'd have to be very careful with buffing that, but that's exactly the direction they need to go. I don't really enjoy her as a full sustain monster, but this is a healthy version of that sustain, is using your mobility and then being actually use your block resource. effectively. So yeah, there's definitely rank inflation. Yeah, there's definitely rank inflation. But like people always say rank, we've had this conversation, rank inflation is completely lacking of context because rank deflation was a huge problem from season 9 up. So Fallen One, thank you.
14 months is kinda crazy.
Yes, it is. By the way, if I mute for a second, chat, it's because I'm blowing my nose or something. Yeah. So we don't know how much ranks have inflated though, if it's too much or not. But yeah, TLDR, I've enjoyed playing Vendetta. I think she's definitely overtuned. I would say she's probably like in the Freya, maybe a little bit not quite as bad as Freya in terms of like problematic. I think she's okay. She's definitely salvageable. I still think she's a good design, like holistically. They've not done a good enough job anticipating her being too slow, and so therefore too many other aspects of her have been overtuned.
Also, hi everyone.
Go back to the gold standards, early. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Right. She's more problematic in that she scales down, not up. Yeah, I understand that point. She definitely scales better for lower ranks, for sure. That's true. That's a good point. When is the mid-season patch? Thursday.
I disagree with the not buffing regular swing. Her regular swing DPS is abysmal without the massive overhead damage.
Yeah, you could be right.
Attack speed stacks salvage that somewhat, but if you clip the
You could be
overhead
right.
down,
I wouldn't mind a minor adjustment. I do feel you a little bit where like it feels odd that a melee character does no damage. But yeah. But yeah. For sure. You'd have to tweak with it. I'd cross that road when we get there, though. You know, not a priority. But yeah, having a 130 damage, maintaining 130 damage is definitely a choice. That's a lot of damage. Like that. Like look at the crit multiplier there, guys. Like that's insane. Isn't the DPS of all melee characters relevant to swing? No, I don't think so. I don't know what Brigitte's DPS is. Maybe Brax can tell me. But it's at least... I'm pretty sure it might be comparable. It might not be, but... I'm not sure.
Brig is the second worst primary fire DPS in the game unless you start measuring in torturous White Room situations.
Yeah.
Vendetta only beats her because
Streamer's
overhead
dead.
pulls
Yeah,
it up.
okay. Yeah, anyway. So, that's my commentary on Vendetta. I enjoy playing her. Just needs more speed, less clunk, less overhead front loading. That would help a lot more consistency with matchups and maps as well. And it would also help. There's this phenomena where like you could be disproportionately rewarded for focusing Vendetta as well, because she really, if she's not being pocketed, it's like the old, you can absolutely kill her. And the problem is that Vendetta's ability to skillfully play with your attention has a much lower ceiling than characters like Sombra, Tracer, Genji, etc., Wrecking Ball, because there's inherently baked in limits to what the character can do when you give her attention in terms of the speed and snappiness of her mitigation, right? Doomfist is another example, right? I guess actually Doomfist is a good example of somebody that also has similar baked in limitations. So like there's like a ceiling of like how much, like if you're being hard focused, what can a Tracer do? What can a Genji do? What can a Ball do, right? Those limits are a little bit more baked into Vendetta. And so you're inherently rewarded more by taking the training wheels off those limits by pocketing her, which then leads to these really disproportionate gross outputs where she can feel oppressive. But I mean, I've had legitimately games where I'm like fully baked in. fully wired into like, they're going to hard focus me, they're going to hard focus me, they're going to hard focus me, get ready, disengage, and I'm still dying. And I've reviewed some vendettas that have had the same problem, right? And there comes more so than almost any other dive character that I've focused. There's just certain deaths that just are unavoidable unless you want to AFK. So that to me feels like it doesn't mean that the character's weak. She's definitely not weak, but that it does feel like a design flaw where like there are certain situations when you physically cannot avoid death even if you like were to play it perfectly. And I've had moments like that even with like some of the certain iterations of reworked Sombra, and it's always felt really bad to have that kind of. So it reminds me a little bit of early Venture before they had the cooldown timing combo thing that they could do, where you'd had to do the cycle correctly, but sometimes that cycle order wasn't possible, and so you get punished just by a flip of the coin. Like that felt really bad. But yeah. Yeah, I like this Venture skin too. Yeah. So, okay, let's do some stats, y'all. Let's do some stats. Let's misinterpret some stats. Pull some knee-jerk responses, take some conclusions and run with them in the complete wrong way with it. Thoughts? Hero stats. Oh, there it is. Okay. I have not looked at these. So I don't know what to expect, really. I mean, actually, of course I know what to expect, but I don't know exactly what to expect, especially when we get to the minutia. And we'll talk about some conclusions that we can draw. And maybe I'll sound like an old man. Maybe we can look at the patch notes as well. Patch notes, because there was a patch a few weeks into the season, a couple weeks into the season as well. And we can talk about like the Sigma hotfix as well, because that obviously was targeted. So, okay, let's get started here. For context, this is 2 days before mid-season. This is January 6th, 2026. A day that will live in infamy as being the day where Super TF let known his political stance publicly. But for our purposes, today we're going to be looking at the state of Overwatch prior to mid-season. This is going to be after the Sigma hotfixes. Obviously, the slight slap in the wrist to Vendetta, and then kind of looking at that within the context of basically everything else. Now, the way that we do things is we prioritize looking at two demographics. Okay, one, we're going to be looking at high ranks, so Grandmaster Champion on the website, because I want to see what the top 1%, top 2%, whatever are doing. And the second one is we're going to be looking at all ranks. And now, some people are like, you can't learn anything from all ranks. I've talked about it last time, and I won't go into detail here. I think you can. I think it's important to understand like where everybody kind of is. I agree that I wouldn't look at bronze or silver or gold necessarily. Thank you very much. But I think it's helpful to like look at the global context of like what heroes are doing as a whole, because not just do I think it's important, but I think that this is probably what the developers are looking at too, right? So when we look at these things, this isn't just me advocating for many of the changes that are being made or defending many of the changes being made, because sometimes I don't always agree with the decisions that are being made. But it's more along the lines of this is probably why these changes are being made, and or this is probably why these changes have not been made. Because you can't, a lot of people have this tendency that the devs only balance for high ranks, right? A lot of people say the devs only balance for low ranks, balance for GM. The reality is that, in my experience of talking with the devs and seeing the changes being made, they balance for both. We've had certain changes that were absolutely targeted towards high ranks specifically. One of the obvious ones was the Zarya nerf that we had to her alt fire perk, which Zarya was definitely OP. Low ranks were definitely not leveraging that perk as much as they should. And Zarya wasn't trash in low ranks, so it wasn't the end of the world if they nerfed the perk that the low ranks weren't even using anyway, right? Or they weren't leveraging properly. And it definitely targeted her win rate at the highest ranks by a significant portion. And then we've had certain changes, like let's say the Sigma nerf, where everyone's like, what, Sigma, where he was clearly overperforming in all ranks. Now, the devs aren't perfect. I don't feel like I fully understand their logic behind a lot of the changes that they do. Their logic is fuzzy sometimes, but they have been more transparent recently than they've been in the past. And so I'll cut them some slack when there's some gray area. However, if I think something is clearly wrong or clearly questionable, we're going to talk about it. Now, I hope that whatever happens in a couple days justifies a lot of our criticisms here, because a lot of that stuff has been changed. So no chat on stream. Okay, this is freaking weird. Yeah, that chat thing has died. We might have to change that later. We'll move on. We'll come back to it a little bit though. So I guess just really quick here, let's see if this works. Can you guys see this? Yeah. Okay. Let me change my little headline here. Now, I think the elephant in the room here is just because it's been something that's been talked about a lot. Season, is it 20? Statistics and win rates. Has been the Tracer nerf, Genji nerf, fill in the blank, where back in Season 19 mid-season, we had a pretty significant Tracer nerf to fall off Genji. Basically, a handful of dive characters that have been quote-unquote overperforming for a long time got nerfs. I didn't necessarily agree with the nerfs. I necessarily didn't agree with the power of those nerfs, and yet they've stayed. That's going to be my number one criticism. I would like to see some of those things get reverted. I'm not going to go into the details, but I just think it was ill thought out. I think those characters were only slightly overperforming, especially Tracer, and that the nerfs that they did were just made the characters feel terrible, right? It wasn't just a question of strength. It was also a question of how they felt. I think unquestionably right now, we'll just kind of go like as a global, Vendetta is overperforming and has definitely been overperforming for some time. I think it's kind of inexcusable that she's been left in this state for as long as she has been, especially given the fact that having a character perform this well means that they just get banned every game. There's some pretty obvious nerfs here, specifically to breakpoints, overhead value, and so on. It doesn't make any sense to leave a character in an overtuned state, which is getting banned every game. They need to desperately reevaluate their ban and balance philosophy with new characters. Is Vendetta the most strong character that we've seen in Overwatch 2's release? Not even close. I wouldn't even put her in the top 3, I don't think. Other characters I'm quite certain were significantly better, but it doesn't matter. It's ridiculous. And especially now that you see ban rates affecting this, like this is, you just can't do this. You can't do this. I don't understand why this hasn't been hot fixed. This is hot fix worthyable, because when Sigma, by the way, Sigma was approaching this win rate, by the way. I want to say it was when 57.5, 58%, somewhere around there, prior to his nerf. He was hot fixed, and rightfully so. You know, I like Sigma as much as the next guy. Definitely one of the top 3-4 meta tanks for me, at least temporarily. But it's absurd for Sigma to be as good as he was, and he got hot fixed almost immediately. Vendetta's received no such nerfs. I don't understand that. He was not over. I don't think he was over 60% for all ranks, but maybe you might be right, Tristan. I just don't get this. This is, to me, is like such an incredible low-hanging fruit here. This isn't a playtest. This is a live launch. It's just ridiculous to have 59% win rate maintained this long, and it's clearly not a regional thing either. 58% in Asia, which is a very dive-centric meta as well. So it's even rarer to see characters like Vendetta perform this well, and then 58.4 in Europe. It's just. There really isn't a great excuse for it. I'm sure that they've probably been on break. But then we need to like seriously evaluate these slap on the wrists before we go on break then. I'm not saying they need sledgehammer, but we need at least 2 slaps. Like the goal should be that this character should be at like 57, 56% win rate. That's what Weiyang was after his first nerf.
And probably a lower ban rate.
Yeah. That's what Weiyang was after his first nerf. He was around a 56% win rate. Still obviously an overperforming character, but like was tolerably so. This is a good 3% too high. It's just kind of absurd that's there. And you can definitely ballpark those things better, I think. This could have been simple fixes like removing 25-50 armor. This could have been simple fixes like taking 10 damage off of overhead along with the swing nerf, where it doesn't actually affect breakpoints that much, but it's just an overhead tank bullying nerf or something along those lines. Spoonlicker, think of the sub. There's just so many things that they could have done with this, and could have been block recharge rate, all sorts of little fixes that I wouldn't have liked long term. But before we go on holiday, you know, like this is a major criticism. It's like this is just unacceptable. Just unacceptable. It's no way. Now, to move along there to defending the developers, one of the things that I saw a lot and have seen a lot and have engaged in some Twitter discourse, which maybe is not a great thing, is that why no major diva Zarya nerfs? How are the devs stupid? Well, I mean, I know win rates aren't everything, and that's not what we're looking at exclusively. You also have to consider how the character feels. But I feel like this is just such a incredibly easy question to answer. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, what are we doing? Like, right? Like, is that the only parameter? No, clearly not. Because if we go here, clearly these tanks are stronger in higher ranks, and that definitely deserves an attention for sure. The minor perks for Zarya and D.Va are still very strong, but they're still nowhere even close as good as Sigma. And then they're like, wow, they nerfed Sigma after one. Well, duh. Are you stupid? So this is where I'm going to get a little bit of cathartic release, especially because I'm being sick. I have never seen so much brain dead discourse like I have on the balancing with tanks specifically. Oh, they nerfed Rein. Are you stupid? Do you know what Reinhardt's performance looks like in all ranks? I agree that the nerf was the anti-fun, not the nerf they should have done. They should have just taken 100 shield and called it a day, cross the road later on. But are you stupid? Like, are you stupid? Like, and these are from like actually like players that are relatively well respected. It's like, all you have to do is look at this. I mean, Ryan's not even in the bottom half of tanks and GMN champion. He's still approaching 50%. Now, I'm not going to argue for Reinhardt nerfs, right? And I'm not going to argue that Reinhardt's balance position is perfect in relation to other Brawl tanks. That's another conversation we've had a million times. But Sigma was objectively not just the strongest performing tank, but the second most strongest performing hero, arguably competitive with Vendetta prior to hotfix. And it was just baffling to me to see how dense the discourse was when it was not just a subjective experience that Sigma was winning every game that you're in. He's two-tapping everybody. I played one game as Sigma and immediately felt disgusting. And I like Sigma, right? But from a statistical perspective, and it's like this everywhere. It's like this everywhere. And it has been.
Because his pick rate was higher with comparable win rate.
Right. So, the output of consistency with Sigma, and this is also somebody that's considered to be relatively map situational too, with built-in limitations around his mobility and verticality and so on. And so it's just ridiculous to me that we were having this conversation. So in the same vein of me being critical of Vendetta, I'm going to be very positive about the hotfix to Sigma. I'm glad that Sigma's having his time to shine. I still think that he's overtuned. I would really like it if we didn't have certain heroes that were 54% plus for extended periods of time. I think that the goal should be like, if I'm just to pick a random number as like a guideline, not that number's the only thing that matters, it would be nice to have like 53, whatever percent. Like I look at somebody like Lucio. I think Lucio's a great example. Lucio's been overperforming, quote unquote, for a long time, but he's never really broken 52, 53%. So he's never really felt oppressive, right? He's always been strong, and that's fine. I don't care if Lucio's 53% until the end of time.
People love him, and he is a staple of.
Yeah, exactly. Literally taking the words out of my mouth. This to me feels perfect, right? Like he's still very much a skill-based support. He's a lot of fun to play. He's a good character to have at the highest win rate, and so I don't really care. I'd argue the same thing with Wing to a lesser extent as well. Okay, fine, sure, let it go. But I think that like I would be critical that we keep having this happen. And within certain rules. Not very often, but too often for me. So that to me is, I think, like the discourse to me, like wrapped up in a nutshell around Reinhardt, around Junker Queen. Junker Queen nerf was another one that people were just being purposefully obtuse about, I swear. She's still the third most performing tank. And even if you go with the Grandmaster, she's still performing fine, 50.8. And as always, it's not that discourse is not allowed about how certain things feel. My criticism is that I get criticized about putting too much information on the stats, which is horse manure, because we've always looked at it within context. But the irony is that people will criticize me of looking too much at stats when that's all that they're looking at. That they will construe, twist any number of stats to, and then they'll say then their solution will be just a net nerf, some random nerf, not realizing that the reason why they're so desperate for D.Va. Sorry, you guys are killing me with these bits.
The game can tolerate all the way
sure.
up to 56 to 57%.
Well, yeah, there's some nuance there with pick rates for sure. But I guess my point being is that like when you look at like let's say Zarya D.Va, right? The reason why so many people are so frustrated as opposed to Queen or Ryan or to a lesser extent Sigma, whatever, Winston, is because that the gameplay loop of playing versus some of these tanks is just subjectively worse to play versus. So even though Zarya may be worse than Sigma, I have more fun outplaying a Sigma than I do a Zarya as a tank player or a DPS player or a support player. And so this is why this whole discourse can be so important to get right, because it doesn't matter if Zarya's win rate was 47. It doesn't matter. If you don't like playing versus Zarya as a Grandmaster player, I hear you and I agree. You got to change this character a little bit, right? I think it's a very difficult change and maybe something that deserves some more time, and maybe we'll think about it some other time. But there's definitely not all things feel alike to play into. And so the problem is that we keep having these conversations about win rates and performance when that's not really the real conversation. The real conversation is people don't like playing versus that character. And so it doesn't matter if Zarya is balanced. If Zarya is being picked at a higher pick rate than I like, I don't want to see Zarya above 4%, you know? And so this is why this discourse is so important, is because we need to stop talking about buffs and nerfs. I saw one of them, I won't say who, but I saw another brain dead, this is all we need to do to fix Overwatch post on Twitter for somebody I know. And I'm sure they're a very smart person, very smart player, but when it comes to balance feedback, it's terrible. Because their solution to fix Kiriko was, guess what? Add another 2 seconds on the Suzu. And I'm like, bro, please, we have to stop talking about things from that perspective. We like what you know, make Suzu 50 seconds. Let's give Zarya a 14-second cooldown on a bubble. It doesn't matter. Like, some things can be fixed with number tweaks, some things just can't. Some things just fundamentally need a retooling with how they work. And this is the problem, is that these are the exact same people that will be critical of Blizzard balancing, and yet they literally balance like an old school Blizzard dev. Just randomly tweak some numbers, hope that works. It's not what needs to be changed. So I know I'm the rework, the design thing, but we have to start having legitimate conversations about like the way that we tweak these things. And I trust the devs a lot more than I trust the randoms nowadays. Back in the day, I actually trusted the randoms more, but nowadays I trust the devs a lot more. But the devs obviously still, in my opinion, have some more work to do. I think the recent patch was actually pretty good. Not the mid-season, but the new seasons patch, where we had, you know, some questionable buffing and nerfing of certain characters, but a lot of the design choices were actually pretty thoughtful, pretty interesting, definitely added some complexities, which I liked a great deal. Like the Juno, you know, the crit perk. I'm trying to think what else. There was a couple other changes. Can somebody remember? Bastion's primary fire was like definitely too much of a buff. They should have nerfed his damage, but it's good that they're recognizing that his recon form is trash, and it's all right. The Echo Flight, the Freya one, right? I know Freya is still trash, but like there showed some long-term vision, and I think like that's the kind of stuff that we want to see. But it's annoying because we see, I'm surprised Freya's maintaining 44%. It's actually pretty impressive. But it's a little bit irritating because that was actually a pretty decent long-term patch. Just the balance wasn't that good. That was a great example of a bad patch, but a good design patch. You get bad balance patch. But anyway, long story short, you got to start thinking long-term. You have to start thinking long-term. And it's really easy to get on Twitter or social media and just preach about how bad this balance patch is from a short-term perspective and get a lot of likes because people are very stupid and they just want their bread and circuses right now, and they have zero care about the consequences of long-term, and they'll be the exact same people complaining in a month from now from the exact same things that they were asking for the previous month. Exact same stuff. So you have to have a vision long-term. You have to tune out the noise from people that look like they know what they're doing and they don't actually know what they're doing, especially higher ranked players. And so on. So that's my little rant here. And then now we can kind of delve into what I think needs to be changed based off of some of the parameters that we're looking at here. And we could start with tank here. Any questions so far? I know I've been ranting a little bit here, but I hope that kind of all makes sense. And that's kind of like the direction that we're going to go from here. We're going to look at this from a balanced perspective and give some guesses or prayers. I guess by the time YouTube sees this, it will already have happened. But yeah. Did you see Cap and Hawk saying Zen should have 275 HP pure Lucy and Kiriko play? Yeah, I mean that's actually like an insane statement. Like I respect Cap pathology and Hawk actually a great deal. I actually think they're both very smart at what they do. But saying Zen should have 275 HP is like absolutely insane. Like actually one of the worst things you could possibly do. Zen's already on a knife's edge right now where he performs decently on maps and situations across the board. Like, even if you go to GM, he's still not like an absolute gutter tier support. He's still like middling, right? He's just never ever found his way in pro play because he completely lacks mobility. He completely lacks the layering potential that so many other support ults have. But having 275 HPs in Yada would instantly propel him to 55% win rate at least. Instantly. 100% pick rate. His pick rate would probably skyrocket to 20-25% instantaneously. And that's it. Instantly. Now, I like Zen. Zen's one of my favorite characters to play. But what Zen needs is more survivability through not HP. His hitboxes does not match the visual hitbox. It's the number one change that Zen needs. It's a better visual matching hitbox. I've been saying this for about 3 years. And then you could start to argue with like cooldowns on Harmony, Discord, or being able to use your abilities during Trance so that Transcendence is a more consistent output. So you can use your ability during Trance, so that's a much more consistent layering utility option. And then that's probably it. And then just leave him as is. And you could even consider nerfing some other aspects in. He doesn't need anything else. You could nerf his kick probably. Yeah, we've talked about kicking the jump, high ground, right? But like that's a great example of like it's such a pro play bias perspective because they see Zenyatta not being played in pro play, and they don't really fully understand why. No offense, and they give him something that will make him being played in pro play through sheer freaking not hubris, just raw power. Like if you buff Zen to 275, he still has exact same major problems in pro play that he has before. He's too slow. His layering potential is really bad compared to other support ults, and his utility is inconsistent. So he's just gonna raw force himself into pro meta, maybe, and then that's it. You brute force his in meta. It doesn't come naturally through the character's utility improving or the situation improving. It's just raw power. And we've seen that before with other characters. We saw that with Bastion at times, prior to many of his little tweaks to where, like, I think now he's in a better state, but like back then we just saw Bastion be kicked because he's just ridiculously overtuned. Yep.
One, choose the key. Two, can you eat anything or no?
I can eat. I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'm good for now.
I'll leave you food to the side. I made you a little snacky in that
Thank you.
bowl before football. Jess is going to pick me up because Diane asked for help with adults tonight.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you need me to get anything ready for you before tonight?
Maybe.
Clothes?
The
What
usual.
color do you have to wear?
Black and white.
Black
Black or white. Like,
Okay.
yeah, black or white. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
A good example of this, by the way, coming naturally, I think, is Venture, where Venture received like a lot of quality of life changes, specifically with the cooldown cycling. And then all of a sudden you could actually like consistently apply pressure with Venture without dying. And then all of a sudden you start to see Venture pop up in the meta occasionally, right? Like, but if you'd had Venture in their original state with the way cooldowns worked, and then Venture popped in the meta, it would have been because they were grossly overtuned. I'm trying to think of another good example here. I think actually Ashe is a good example of somebody who's kind of brute forced her way into the meta because she still has some of the systemic issues that she's had before that haven't really been addressed, but her competition's weaker. I think Pharah's time in the meta was actually pretty natural. That coincided coincidentally with her rework, which was good. Yeah, but there's been some characters that have like kind of naturally become part of the meta because they have become more cohesive, more consistent, high-level player heroes. And then we're talking about 275 APs then. No. So I think even Symmetra, you can argue, is actually become a pretty natural part of the professional meta because of things like the way that her turret wall hacks, the way her teleport has changed, and so on. Projectile speed of her alt fire has become a much more natural part of the pro meta. And you could
I also think that like Vendetta, she's a new form of counterplay that people aren't used to, so
Yeah,
as she
yeah,
doesn't
for
have
sure.
the
People have to get
overhead
used
power,
to
the
it.
brute force value she'll gradually diminish WR over time as people adapt.
Is it a bad take to think the tank passage should make CC last long in a single moment? Yeah, I don't think it's a bad take. It's a good question. So, but yeah, okay. Let's talk. Let's actually get to the nitty gritty here. Pretty clearly, Sigma still needs a nerf. I think Sigma is still overperforming. We talked about, like, I don't really have a problem with Sigma being a meta tank. I like, he deserves his time as any. I think Sigma is definitely in the top handful of tanks that I enjoy playing with and against. He has some pretty baked in limitations, but has ways of outplaying those limitations. I think, like, if we were just to kind of pick an arbitrary number, like we said, that 54, I just don't really love that 54%. I definitely think he's still overtuned. I think he's doing too much. What you nerf, Sigma, there's a lot of little knobs that they could tweak. It's not really important what they nerf, to be honest with you. Anything. He needs a slap on the wrist. I think they could nerf Rhine Queen again, but I don't think they will, because people would cry about it, and I think that they are a little weaker than they were before. Beyond that, I don't know if we will... We might see another slap on the wrist for Zarya Diva, but it needs to be very educated slap on the wrist. Like, it really needs to target high ranks specifically. Zarya especially, because you really don't want to trash how they're performing in lower ranks. And based off of that parameter as well, I really, really hope that we don't see a major buff to the bottom dwellers, right? Like, I don't want to see anything for Roadhog, really. I don't want to see anything for Orisa, really. And if we do, it needs to be very healthy. I think Orisa, there's definitely more knobs that you can tweak around her speed and so on. But I don't think, Europe Diva's definitely overperforming at the highest levels. I would love to see a Sigma nerf. I would love to see maybe even a slight something like a Winston buff just to add some meta variety. I wouldn't mind. I think Winston's one of the best meta tanks to have, maybe the best. But Malga seems to be in an okay spot. He's a bit better. Ram, leave him in the gutter. Roadhog, Orisa, leave them in the gutter. If anything, give them something that's a little bit more skillful to squeeze out and not something that's just free value. And then if you're going to nerf Zarya Diva, which I wouldn't mind if you did, it needs to be high rank targeted. So it needs to be stuff around like the booster boop damage. That's just not really important breakpoint wise for ranks that are below Grandmaster Champion. It needs to be the ability for Zarya to maintain charge through all fire. Like, you could nerf that perk again, probably, and it would affect higher ranks more than lower ranks. Yeah, absolutely. It's the perks for sure. Just things that a higher rank player are going to abuse more than a lower rank player, and that takes obviously knowledge of how the game functions. It functions not differently in higher ranks, but they're going to squeeze more value out of certain facets, you know? Yeah. So that's my prediction and or preference for what they do with tanks specifically. Be a good buff to Winston be like buff to his quick melee? Not really. I think with Winston, it would just be as simple as like time to charge alt fire, or, you know, a 5 damage buff to his zap, or, you know, a small buff to primal rage, or like there's a lot of knobs that they could tweak. So, any thoughts on top 500 at the moment? We're not going to really talk about the challenger thing. I know it's a bit of a train wreck right now. I've already given my thoughts that yes, it's flawed. Yes, it's a good idea. As in, the execution is interesting, to say the least. But I trust for the most part that they're going to sort it out, and like, it's just going to be a matter of time. If, you know, months go by and we don't see any significant improvement in that process and that system, then we'll put out a hit piece. Let's put it that way. JDH, thank you for the sub. But I'm willing to be a reasonable human being and be like, yeah, they've given me enough reason to give them the benefit of the doubt here, and it seems like a good idea. If they don't follow through, then we're gonna complain. We're gonna make a problem. But for now, we're fine. I don't like overreacting for content. To me seems like disingenuous. Doesn't seem honest. I'm not saying that people that are complaining about the system are honest. I'm saying for me personally, I've said what I've said. I've given feedback from it already. I've hooked them up with pro players to give them feedback already. And so I have done what I can, and we will give them an opportunity to fix it. So that is that. The chain lightning perk, that's a good call, Tristan. Yeah. Okay. Damage healers. I mean, we've already talked about Vendetta at length, so I won't talk about Vendetta. I want Ashe nerfed, but it's not just because she's quote-unquote overperforming. I definitely think she's overperforming a little bit, but I actually don't think 52.4 is that bad. I mean, it could be worse. I think Ashe... I know people... Dude, I saw another take. I was like, people are like, oh, the game is terrible when Ashe is spent. I'm like, okay, maybe Mercy Pocket in certain situations feels really bad, but like, are you telling me between Freya, Sojourn, Hanzo, Widow, Cassidy, really? Ashe? To me, Ashe is by far the most fun hit scan to be meta. just way more fun to play into, way more counterplay. I do think she's overtuned, and the reason why I want her nerfed is because I think that the buff that they gave her when she was already doing okay was just a really tone deaf buff. I think the range buff to Ashe made the least sense. It was not a major buff, but it was in such a cringe way to give her a longer sniperish range for just really no reason whatsoever. Her win rate was fine. Her performance was fine. She was already on the upswing. Definitely the best hit scan before the buff. And then they buffed her fall off for just goodness knows why. I have no idea why they made that decision. And it was such a foolish change for them to make that you really don't need to lean more into that with Ashe. You need to keep her at that range where she can actually play ball, where people can play ball with her. I just think it's stupid. I just think it's really stupid. So I just want her nerfed. I want that reverted. They need to revert it. It's just a brain dead change. It'll chunk her win rate down by a bit, put her in a fine spot, and then she's fine. It's fine. So I just have no goodness knows why they made that change to her fall off. I don't even remember when it was. Was it season 19 midseason? I don't remember. Maybe somebody in chat can check, but it was a very, very stupid change. And that's kind of irrelevant, or that's kind of regardless of her win rate right now. And it would probably be a well-needed little bit of a slap in the wrist, because she's definitely really quite strong. She's definitely in the top 2 or 3 DPS across the board, in terms of her performance across all ranks, across all regions. Her competition has been nerfed, which is really her biggest reason why she's good right now. The other hit scan just isn't very good. And then also Genji Tracer, some of her other competition being a little bit weaker is good as well. Okay. Beyond that, I think Venture's fine. A little slap in the wrist. Nothing crazy. Genji seems to be kind of equalizing out. Definitely a character that I think would be nice to have stronger and higher ranks. So this is really concerning, I think, for high rank Genji players. Like, it's ridiculous that a character that has this high of a skill ceiling is in this much of the gutter. I find that to be, especially a character that is very flexible in terms of maps. He's one of the most flexible map heroes in the game, definitely top 5, top 10. And he's just in the gutter, right? So they need to get, Genji is clearly underperforming at higher ranks. So again, we got to go back to the basics we talked about, right? Like, what will affect higher rank Genji players more and lower rank Genji players less? Cool. Good to hear, Poke. Deflect cooldown is an obvious low-hanging fruit as well, but you need to be cautious with that. And to me, I think a lot of the neutral game aspect of Genji at the higher level is definitely the more important one compared to Blade. So we just need to kind of wait and see. Thank you, Frosty. I appreciate it. But yeah, I think Genji certainly at the highest level is definitely underperforming, but seems to be doing okay beyond that. Bastion definitely needs a nerf. I think that kind of goes without saying. I wouldn't slam him too far down, but definitely at the highest level, he's too good. I would probably start with either DPS on recon for him, a minor nerf here, but I'd actually think that now that we actually have a pretty reasonable neutral game with him now, I actually don't think nerfing his perks would be a bad choice now. So I've actually called for nerfs to his perks since his release, since the perks came out rather, because I just think the nade reset's just too freaking strong. You could probably argue that the other major perks are too strong as well, but maybe a little bit less so. The nade reset is just ridiculous. Like, it's just actually insane. So I would say probably nerf that perk. I've already discussed exactly what I would do, which is remove the nade reset on going into your turret form. That needs to not be, and you can get it when you come out of your turret form and when you come out of your ultimate. Very reasonable. So it's still a very solid minor perk, but you should not get your nade reset on going in. And then if you could continually nerf the recon damage a little bit, just so that its DPS is higher than it used to be, its consistency is higher than it used to be, but it's not as strong as it was right now, and then that's probably fine for right now. Just a pretty solid slap on both wrists. And again, it would definitely affect the higher ranks more, because again, if you look here, Bastion's actually not super good until you get to Grandmaster Champion, which is weird, but can you guess why that's the case? Well, it's the nade perk. It's the nade perk. It's not something that the lower ranks are using. I still see way too many Bastions using the ult perk, which is fun and fine, but it is situational and they use it a lot. And so they don't leverage the nades. And the nades are really where the skill output of Bastion, the kill output of Bastion comes from. And so that's what you need to target with your nerfs. Now, I like nade. I just think it's too strong. And that nade reset is a large part of the reason why he's as good as he is. So this comes again, like the Genji, it needs to be a target nerf as opposed to a targeted buff.
Greater than form, greater than nade, greater than unform, greater than nade.
Yeah. It also helps with rollouts too, which is nice. Rework the damage on dash perk, like we could do even slightly more. Maybe Onyx. Yeah. Or pressure versus tanks. Yeah. Okay. Sim seems fine. In terms of like balance wise, she seems to be okay. We've talked about if you wanted to nerf Symmetra, then you can definitely just nerf the wall, nerf the teleport HP. We've talked about that. We won't go too in detail. I think beyond that, we'll look for some outliers here. I mean, Tracer's just too bad, man. Like, she feels just so much worse. Like, she's the highest. I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is in Grandmaster, 48% win rate. And a lot of this is deflated as a result of overperforming DPS as well. So, you look at Ashe, a little bit of power creep, Bastion power creep, obviously Vendetta. That directly steals win rate percentages away from other people. So any nerfs to these characters are going to be indirect buffs to Tracer. However, even given that, this is just absurd. Like, it's just such 4.6% pick rate is just dark. That is just dark, dank, darned. Like, it is, what a disaster of a patch that was, of a change. Like, just, and it's not just a question of strength as well. It just feels terrible. Tracer goes from being one of the more picked DPS, I'd say top 6, I believe. So she was like in the top 6 or 7 picked DPS, and to now she's in the gutter. Which, the thing about Tracer has always been that, we talked about this last time we did one of these, right? So I won't repeat myself too much, but when Tracer is decent or even really strong at the highest strengths, she doesn't trickle down as much as other characters do. Even Genji trickles down significantly more than Tracer and affects lower ranks. Tracer does not. Tracer, even at her heyday prior to her nerf, was nowhere near the strongest DPS and the lower ranks, in most ranks. And that's really important. That's why that character deserves to be treated a little bit differently. Winston's a similar character. Lucio also similar character who deserves to be treated a little bit differently because they don't have as many negative consequences. Now, did Tracer need a nerf? Sure, absolutely. But this is absurd. This is just absolutely absurd. So, revert the change, unquestionably. If Tracer does too much damage, then 5.5 with the normal spread is absolutely fine. This is just kind of cringe. And I see no defense for this change whatsoever. Quickly moving off of that here, shockingly giving Cassidy a longer hinder for whatever reason did not affect his win rates much at all. So who could have seen that coming? Still one of the most bizarre changes of the last patch. It's like they're like, let's just make this character more annoying to play into without affecting their performance whatsoever. Thank you very much for that. And then the last one we'll talk about here really, really quick is Freya. So, by the way, if I skipped your hero, I'm sorry. We could talk literally all day about balance, but we're just going to try to hit the high points here. Freya just needs 250. Needs 250. I gave them the full list of things that they need to do with her. The 250, the using your dash during your ultimate, maybe even a 2-second reduction of updraft or whatever, or a 1 second whatever. I honestly, this sounds, I know there's going to be some Freya man in chat that's going to shoot me dead, but I was surprised at how well Freya did. 44%, given how awfully her breakpoints were butchered. I was expecting worse. I was straight up expecting like 40%. So this is honestly a really good sign. Because if you bump Freya to 250 and do nothing else, not the dash cooldown during your ult or the updraft cooldown reduction, whatever else. This alone, it could just be a specialist. This alone, that alone will bump her win rate by like 3%. Just that. 3, maybe even 4%. So we could all of a sudden see Freya being like a middling DPS just off of 25 HP. So she's still way too noisy with her bolts. I think that's just more of an audio design problem with the character, which is rare for Overwatch. I feel like Overwatch is usually good at this stuff. I feel like Freya is a rare miss. But that's really encouraging, not just for Freya fans, but also for like people that want the game to be in a healthier state, that she's not as bad as we thought that she would be without her breakpoints. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay. Fingers crossed. Let's keep going. Anything else to say? Like, I know there's like the obvious low-hanging fruit if we could talk about Junkrat, but I think Junkrat, not really a whole lot to say. Feels pretty good. Projectile speed change felt pretty good. Her matchup, or his matchup versus Vendetta is hilariously good. Nothing really else more to say. All right. Back. Yeah, Junk is doing, I mean, I don't know about win rate specifically because, again, it's the negative you pull, but like, he feels pretty good. Definitely feel like the change felt pretty nice. So. Okay, support time. It's kind of skimming through here. We've not been as structured today, a little bit more conversational. I think support's mostly okay. I think my big two wish lists is a slight nerf for probably something like Flash Heal and a cooldown reduction on nade, probably. I'd like to see Ana jump up a little bit because she's just such a good character to have be part of the meta. But I think support's mostly okay. Yeah, any changes for support, I just don't think are balance-related changes. Like, obviously, Kiriko's a train wreck, and we still have, Weaver felt like went kind of the wrong direction for a little bit. Mercy's still Mercy, and so on. We could go, we've talked about this a million times, but I don't think it's too bad. I think it's nice to see characters like Lucio. I think the Juno headshot change has felt really nice. Wing still fine. Briggs a little better. Ana's mostly okay, but definitely a little underpowered. Yeah, Flash Heal definitely is a bit problematic, and I think it's a large part of the reason why Mercy's doing okay is because Flash Heal is so incredibly strong. Yeah, by far the biggest surprise for me has been Mercy's performance in higher ranks. It's been by far the biggest performance, and I think any of her fall off has been maybe more Vendetta related than anything else. But I think Mercy's definitely doing too well in high ranks, and I think Ana's not doing well enough. And so I would like to see like a cooldown reduction on nade. I mean, I've been like to see a cooldown reduction on nade since the dawn of time. I don't know why this thing is 14 seconds. But I think other than that, I don't have too many short-term complaints, right? Like, most of the things I think that would need to be done are more rework or kit design shifts more so than anything else. If Winston got buffed, do you think we see a buff and Ana win rate? Yes, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. And Mercy's also benefiting from Ashe, but I don't think that that's necessarily enough to justify her as an outlier yet, because Mercy's being paired with any DPS is a thing. Like you can't go, oh, well, Mercy's win rate's buff because of X hero. Because you could say that about Ashe, you could say about Pharah, you could say that occasionally about Bastion, you could say about Echo, Hanzo, Widow, you could say that about Soldier, you could say about Cassidy, you could say about Sojourn, you could say about Freya. So, like, you can't, Mercy's a problem in of herself, and you can't just say, oh, well, the meta is favorable. The meta's only disfavorable for Mercy and ranked if it's a hard dive meta. Every other meta doesn't matter. She's fine. But yeah, I mean, the thing support short-term wise, I don't think it's a lot. I would love to see some more long-term vision changes, but if you really wanted to split hairs, like I said, a little slap on the wrist for something like Flash Heal, a little cooldown reduction for Ana, and then let it roll. Do you think Ash's state affects Mercy's win rate? I mean, partly, yeah. I mean, yeah, yes. The answer is yes. Everything affects everything. It's a symbiotic relationship, right? Like, this is a complex ecosystem, right? So everything will impact everything. A Life Weaver nerf will impact Roadhog's win rate. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything affects everything, you know? The question is, how strong is a correlation, and is that the only correlation that we should be putting attention to? Ash isn't overtuned, Mercy's dragging her up. Now, that's definitely a take, but yeah. Definitely a take, but yeah, I think the heroes that like are kind of like our litmus test heroes are in a good spot. Like, you never really want Life Weaver too high in his current state. You never want Moira too high in her current state, and we don't. You want Brig to be kind of middling because she is a little harder to play, so you never really want to see Brig too high or too low. So I think Brig is like fine right now. I think she's in a good spot. You pretty much always want to see Lucio near the top. And you actually almost always want to see Zenyatta near the top as well, because the way Overwatch works is it's going to favor characters like Mercy, Zenyatta that are a little bit more static, because most ranked players don't really move around a lot. Like, high-level stuff, that's less common. But low mid ranks, there's just a lot more value from holding static characters. And so Zen should be overperforming a little bit in relation to his perceived strength. Juno being like the gatekeeper to the higher performing characters is exactly what we want. She's like the best of the easy supports, quote unquote. And so like most of our like little status indicators here are in their right spots. The only exception to that rule is I think Ana definitely deserves to be like that Juno gatekeeper, or somewhere borderline where if she gets too high, she starts to feel she's like the tank problematic matchups, right? But like somewhere around Zen is generally where you want Ana. Yeah, this is a terrible meta for Brigitte. Right. Brigitte's been very quietly power corrupt. Her perks have definitely improved. You know, bash damage being buffed is a big deal. Armor pack buff was a big deal. There's been a couple of things that have definitely made her a stronger character. It's just a bit of an unfriendly meta. You got damage boosted Ashes and Vendettas. No meta all feels 100% right for Brig. There's a lot of unfriendly heroes, but yeah. And yeah, Brig also has legitimately, I feel like along with maybe even more than Doomfist, I feel like Brigitte's quality of life / bugs fixes are, I don't play every character to like the nth degree to where I notice every single bug, but I feel like with Brigitte, the number of times that bugs or goofy interactions kill you, it has to be more than almost any other character. Like, every game I play Brigitte, I die or something bad happens because of a bug or something goofy. And I don't think you can say that about 95% of characters. And so that's actually a really good bad sign, right? Like, you fix half of Brigitte's problems and you probably just off of that buffer win rate, you know? So yeah. So, but yeah, I think support's fine in terms of like a balance standpoint right now. We just, as always, love to see the this design space not being wasted, you know? Like, so next patch, maybe we see some good changes. Brig bugs would be like
collidable deployables and stopping your bash thing is still a
yes,
thing.
that's one.
Like begging for it to happen.
Yes.
With
Yes. There's that. There's the shield. The frame. How long shield takes to apply unnecessarily. Cox, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. There's stuff like pulse bomb and whatever. There's stuff like LOS checks not passing, where you can't block Diva Bomb consistently, where you can't block Ball Slam consistently, where you can't block Shatter consistently. There's just all sorts of stuff. Can't damage Sig Shield, right. Bash bugged, not animation canceled primary, right. So there's just so many bugs with Brigitte. Blocking dynamite, yeah. So, is what it is.
There's apparently a bug where if some weird jank happens while you're entering/leaving rally, you can entirely lose your shield. And
Oh, I didn't know
bash
that.
until you
Yikes.
swap.
Yikes. I don't know that. I didn't know that evil cat. That's annoying as well. Giving her back insta-shield be enough for what? For a win rate? I mean, she doesn't need any of those to be decent win rate-wise. But if you're thinking about like what the character needs to feel right and fun to play, then she needs kind of all of them, right? Or most of them, right? I mean, that stuff starts to affect your enjoyment of the character. That's every single time I play Brig, I get frustrated because I'm like, this shouldn't have happened. Like, I blocked that, right? I mean, you already have the problem that Reinhardt has where there's a slight gap between your shield and your hitbox, so you can block stuff, but you blocked at the frame that it passed your shield. So that's you can't do anything about that. That's just part of the game design, and that's balanced, right? But it's really annoying not knowing when you block stuff and when you didn't, you know? So it is what it is. So, okay. Any last questions, points? That's kind of my to-wish list. We hope some of these things kind of get thrown through. I would like to see many of these. I'm not going to be unreasonable here and expect all of these changes are going to happen, but I think low-hanging fruit would be like Sigma nerfs, Vendetta nerfs. I wouldn't mind a little bit of an Ash Bastion nerf as well. Genji Tracer buff, I don't think is an unreasonable. Freya buff, not unreasonable as well. I just hope that the Rife buffs. Devs need to do to help Cassie win rate? Well, it starts with his design. They need to lean back into his medium short-range brawler and stop making him a sniper.
Put a little more juice into melee because I swear it hits like a pool noodle. With Brig BTW, I found a situation where shield disfavors the shielder.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know that. Why is Kiri low win rate? Because she's just an overrated support. I mean, I didn't tell you guys. I'm not going to sit here on my high horse and say I told you so, but I told the outlying community this is what happens. So she's bad. She's just bad. She doesn't provide that much value, and the vast majority of players play her wrong. So, yeah. I will say, though, I got a bit of a victory because August was, you guys know August, the Kiriko streamer. He was giving some feedback for the devs and was asking them to use some of my ideas for her healing, the way her healing works, my suggestions for healing. So I was like, nice. Thank you. I got August's stamp of approval, which was very flattering. But I really do think until they fundamentally rework how Suzu and how her healing works, it's not gonna change. There's gonna be still a massive disconnect between how she actually performs and how she feels like she performs. I honestly don't think that the nerfs they gave her were like too bad either. I mean, they were big nerfs for sure, but like I think like for example the projectile size was like actually a pretty good change for her health wise. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna make her a lot weaker. You know, it's gonna make her a lot weaker for sure. So, would buffing Genji's Shuriken's damage be healthy? I don't know. I'm not honestly sure. I haven't thought enough about like what they need to change with Genji. We had some short discussions with it, but not really. All right, I gotta play this, guys. We gotta do this. So, is Stefano here? I'm gonna have to add Stefano. So Stefano showed me this video. And it's just too funny because the reason why I wanted to take a look at this is because I wanted to. When he showed this to me, I found this so much fun that I legitimately want to use a soundboard for channel points. We'll put on a cooldown because you guys will drive me nuts. But I really, really, really want to use this as where like you guys can use channel points and then just like donate crap, you know, or not donate crap, but like queue it, because I just think this could be just absolutely screamingly funny if it's used at the right time. Yes, we're watching this on stream. We're watching this on stream. So this is 1980, I believe. Yeah. Caterpillars Shake Hands with Danger. Shake Hands with Danger. What's your take on the cheating Doomfist guy? I don't know who that is. This is a educational film from 1980. Caterpillar is I believe, an American tractor company. And this is an educational infomercial, aka driver's ed, aka 1950s. Wash your hands, or disease will beat you like the Russians. And it's just funny, and it's great, and we're gonna enjoy it. There's some great sound cues. It's got a phenomenal theme, which will wake you up in the middle of the night, reminding you not to shake hands with danger, guys. So, yeah, let's do it.
This is your focus leader. Adjust the focus until the picture is sharp.
Thank you. I will do that.
Now adjust the sound to a normal volume.
Normal volume.
I can check that gear in a minute, so don't touch anything, okay?
Big mistake. That engine is still running. And you could tell because the guitar is telling you. It's a warning.
Hey! Get down from there!
Yeah.
Now!
What the frick is Rick doing, man? Moron. Probably from Ohio.
Hey! Turn it over!
You know it's good because we get the 70s zoom. It's like in the 70s they had that technology where you could start to zoom. And if you've ever watched a 70s movie, they just use it indiscriminately. It's like a freaking who's a Transformers director. If like Michael Bay discovered explosions for the first time, they're like, oh my gosh, our camera can zoom. Look at this. Rick really knew he messed up. He needed the visual of what the truck does, the little to remind him that he could be chop suey right now.
What if it bumped that control by accident? You'd be mincemeat.
Thank you. Who's the actor that plays Breaking Bad? How do I not know
By
this?
now. What have I told you? What if it bumped
Who's
that control
the
by
guy?
accident?
Who's the guy? No, not Walter White. Right, Bryan Cranston. Do you guys not see that? Is that not Bryan Cranston? Why is Bryan Cranston yelling at me at the tractor? This is what happened if Bryan Cranston went on TRT.
You'd be mincemeat by now. What have I told you?
Maybe his wife would love him.
You don't work on equipment when the engine's running. Well, I told him not to touch anything. All right,
Shut the frick up, Rick.
Thinking.
Like my favorite part, Rick, as soon as he says it, he knows he sounds stupid. Listen.
Well, I told him not to touch anything.
Yeah, he knows it. What a moron. Well, what a moron. Honestly, they should just shove him in head first.
I wasn't thinking. You weren't thinking? You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
You'll work on engines.
I don't understand this part. I've seen this already, but I don't understand this. Does anyone understand why taking the wrench out of his hand and then giving it back is shaking hands with danger? Here, hold this wrench, the thing that you were already holding.
Here. Shake hands with danger.
What does that mean?
Shake.
What does that mean? Does anyone know what that means? I would have been like, grabbed his arm and jammed it down the crevice. There, shake hands with danger. Or shake hands with danger, and then I give him a noogie at the same time or something like that. Or you know what he could have done? He could have spat in his hand and then shook his hand. But like, yeah, there, shake hands with danger. I don't understand. Is the wrench danger? Is it a symbol? I mean, it's a tool of your trade. You can't, he's...
Hands with danger.
But like I said, I'm gonna shut up and just listen for a second. This music is beautiful.
Here. Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe. Shake hands with. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe. Shake hands with danger. Find it any you
Sorry.
where you choose. Be careless for a moment. Spend a lifetime with the blues.
It's a good reminder. Holy crap. My favorite part about this is you're like, what's wrong with this? My guy's just getting in a tractor. And this guy just materializes. He doesn't even say anything to the guy. Like, Holy
Earth-moving
frick.
machines are designed for safety,
Holy
but
crap.
they're big enough to hide a man.
You hurt, fella? Just about dead. You could have killed me.
This mechanic is
Let him
lucky
know.
he's able to complain. He should have protected himself by removing the key and putting a do not operate tag on the control.
Ooh, the Uno reverse card. This guy's losing his crap. Jackass, you left a key in the ignition. What is wrong with you? So this guy thinks that he's smart. Oh, I didn't check to see if I was there. He's like, why'd you leave the key in the ignition, Mr. Smarty Pants? Look at that face. He knows he's screwed. Look at that. He feels foolish. On camera, too.
Anytime you pick up a wrench, reach for a control,
I love that.
use a grease gun, grab a welding torch, or reach for a control,
Grab
use
a
a
roll of
grease
toilet
gun,
paper.
grab a welding torch, or work on any machine control.
Listen. Elmer's glue.
Anytime you pick up a wrench, reach for a control, use a grease gun, grab a welding torch, or work on any machine while forgetting safety, you're shaking hands with danger.
Okay. All right, now you take the loader up behind the hill where they're working. Now I'll drive up on the road and I'll meet you at the top, all right?
Okay,
You could tell this guy's a young punk. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wears shades like that. Self-respecting man wears shades like that with an open V-neck on a work site. Like, this is just asking to get caught in something. Yeah, I mean, congratulations. Your chest looks great, but it's going to be torn to ribbons. Look at this guy. You know he's a douchebag.
You know, Cliff, I never operated this model before.
Uh-oh. I told you. I I guarantee you this guy's going to be the... Look at that. He's also got the punk-looking face.
Well, all right, all I have to do is back it up and then let it down nice and easy like. You want me to do it?
Yeah, you see that? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that little bit of brow beating there. Oh, you need me to do it for you, little munchkin?
I can handle it. There's no sweat there. We can take care of it.
Okay, all right, I'll see you later.
Imagine just like walking to the tractor and you hear this theme in the sky. Boy, that would be...
Okay, all right, I'll see you later.
This is why we need that soundboard. Yeah, this guy's fricked. He's lucky if he gets out of this alive. Look at that. He has no idea what he's doing. Oh no. No, this is a famous last gesture right there. You know what I'm saying? Not good. Not a good sign. Oh gosh, and listen to the music. Oh my gosh!
What this man didn't know was that the operator had left the lift lever in the raised position, so the arms would rise automatically when the engine started.
He's killed. He's killed. It's his fault. It's his
A
fault.
qualified operator would have known better.
It's
The
his
man
fault.
shouldn't have tried to perform as an operator when he wasn't one.
It's his fault.
You were kidding when you said you didn't know how to run that thing.
Yeah, jackass, I told you.
Chuck Hamlin is no beginner.
Chuck Hamlin.
Before he begins changing an O-ring on an excavator boom, he checks. Oil temperature down, engine off, bucket grounded, hydraulic lock engaged.
Sewage empty.
Okay, he'll have that O-ring installed in minutes.
What's he gonna do wrong? I'm waiting for it. Any guesses, guys? Any guesses what he's gonna do wrong? He's gonna check his surroundings. He's gonna check all the... Did he forget a gauge? He's gonna try to operate it without proper safety gear. Okay, he's got a wrench there. You gotta be careful. Oh no. Oh no. That's gotta be it. And oh no, the music. He might be dead. This is too high up. Listen, if you hear this right here, get out. It's over, guys. No, 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 it's greasy, man. It's greased. Oh, no. He's on the clock. He might be gone. Is he gonna be killed? This man's gonna be killed. Oh!
Shake hands with danger. Take a chance that you won't fall. You'll save yourself a minute, but you may damn well lose it all.
Holy crap! That got dark. He's gone. Yikes.
Wherever possible.
He's just actually dead. Okay, they didn't. That's not even an actor. They filmed some guy, just threw him off. He's gone. Yeah, quadruple riff. Yeah, yeah, wow. I mean, come on, man.
The stick should be extended and the boom lowered so the work can be done at ground level.
Boom lowered. Yeah.
Finding that impossible, the next man...
Now, see, this is the thing. This is still not the safest, but it's significantly safer.
Use the service truck as a safe work platform.
Right. High risk, medium rewarding. Right.
Climbing with tools can create a hazard. Use the steps and the grab irons. Keep at least 3 points of contact. 2 feet and 1 hand unencumbered.
Yes. Hands, guys, hands. Hands, point of contact.
Any shortcuts, and you're inviting injury.
What happened?
Any shortcuts.
Bro! Okay, this one doesn't make any sense. He's got one. Is because he's got trying to squeeze it between his armpits? That's fine. Like, it's fine. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact.
Shortcut.
I fail to see the mistake here. He had 4 points of contact. His only mistake was holding things in his armpits, which worst case scenario, they slip and fall out and they hit the floor 4 feet below. His hands are full? Are they? Oh yeah, true. He has. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Ah, what a moron. What a moron. He didn't have two. He only had 2 points of contact because 2 of his other points of contact were compromised. I mean, any 4-year-old knows that holding a wrench compromises your point of contact.
Any shortcuts, and you're inviting injury. In fact, taking shortcuts is often a quick road to trouble.
Oh no.
For example, consider what happened to Harry Sanders.
Wait, who?
For example, consider what happened to Harry Sanders.
I know Harry. He's a good man.
Harry has come to work with a problem. His son is having a football injured knee operated on this morning. Harry wants to finish this job and take a couple hours off to visit his son.
Yeah, see, this is your first mistake. Don't have children, or if you do, don't love them or care about them. They distract you from the job.
The operator has complained that the scraper is shifting too slow and the controls are sluggish. In a hurry, Harry pulls only 1 axle. The service manual says to pull both axles and disconnect steering. But Harry knows with 1 axle removed and the differential unlocked, the machine shouldn't move. He's taken this shortcut before.
Shortcut to danger, tell you what.
While waiting for the operator to return, Harry starts the machine in order to judge the problem. While he waits for the engine to warm, Harry's thoughts drift to worries about his son.
Oh, okay.
The accelerator feels stiff, so then he checks the feel of the service brakes. His attention is divided. While thinking about his son, his hands and feet go through motions he believes have become automatic. In this absent-minded state, he unconsciously starts to steer, jams his foot on the differential lock, and the machine takes off.
Holy crap! Whoa! 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 Oh my! Oh no! No way!
Lucky for the stunned operator, the machine stops itself.
Dude, I thought he was going over.
Harry is only bruised, but in a crowded area he could have killed someone because he ignored safe procedure to save a few minutes' work.
I mean, he might as well just kill himself now, because his son is going to be ashamed of him. He's ruined the work site. I mean, there's nothing to live for at this point,
most
buddy.
People
if you skip, you've embarrassed yourself.
have days when they come to work
This
with
is what happens when you
worries,
shake hands with danger.
hangovers, or distractions. Those are times for being doubly cautious. When the body's on the job, but the mind is elsewhere,
His son is LeBron
it's
James.
danger time. Glenn Greenwood was victim of another kind of mental hazard.
Guy's a klutz.
Ego.
How you doing, hot shot? It's stuck in there tight. Did you get that pin, driver? No, but I got this drift. Just give it a whack.
Okay, let me guys go ahead and tell you the two most dangerous words in the English language are just give it a whack. Never is that the correct call. Never. Not once. You give it a whack, might as well hit the sack. You're not going back. It's you're
No, but I got this drift. Just give it a whack.
Nah. You see, this guy's screwed.
Glenn knows the risk of striking hard against badly chipped metal, but he's wearing safety glasses, and there's a macho thing involved here.
Oh.
Glenn doesn't want his friend to sneer at him for being overly cautious.
Dude. Okay, let me tell you something. There's only one thing more dangerous than just give it a whack. It's a man that looks at you like this. Look at this. Does this not exude confidence? Look at that right there. Wait. Look at that. I mean, look at that. There's this man, this face just screams, just give it a whack. Look at that. I mean, what would you do? How could you not give it a whack?
Hubris.
It really is. Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, you won't do it, coward. Now this is dangerous, right? I tell you what.
So Glenn doesn't. There's a.
This is why masculinity is so dangerous.
Here.
Look at that. You know this guy smokes Marlboros and loves his wife and works hard. This is dangerous right here. Tell you
friend
what.
Is sneering
Look at that. That
being
smile.
Cautious.
Terrible.
So Glenn
Smile
shakes
before he
hands
holds.
with danger.
Oh, jeez. Well, the first mistake was apparently using a laser gun to give it a whack. He just launched into hyperspace. Oh no! No, Clay Greenwood! And he doesn't even react. What happened?
Maybe his friend would have laughed if Glenn had insisted upon playing it safe. But he sure as hell isn't laughing now. With tools, the time to make sure you have a safe ending is before you start using them. They should be the right tools for the job and in safe condition. If Glenn's friend had ground off that mushroomed face, taken care of the tools he uses, he could have prevented that accident.
Look at that. Still exuding macho energy.
Some old-timers think accidents happen only to greenhorns.
Hey, Ed. I got
Not
a
to
brass
me.
gun. You want to come take a look at it?
Let them learn the hard way, they say. Now, let them learn the hard way can be an attitude that results in serious...
I mean, this guy clearly doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know a single self-respecting workman that has his hands like this. You could tell the form's off because he's seen somebody else stand like this, but he doesn't know actually how to do it properly. Okay, let me give you two things. One of two ways to stand. Okay, you either don't have your hands in your pockets at all and you lean on your surroundings like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what up? Yeah, I'm just chilling here. Like, I can't even really demonstrate. You're just, yeah, like this. You know? Yeah. Preferably, you need a cigarette. That's a real important life hack. You need a cigarette, some open alcohol, something illegal. You know, you're just relaxing, and you're just, just sitting and chilling here right here. Alternatively, I don't really have the greatest pockets for this, but you're going to let your hands in your pockets here, And you never sit like this. This is beta male stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this means that your testosterone counts like in the single digits here. You don't do this. Look how uncomfortable he looks. He looks like he's a wallflower at the high school dance. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you do is you jam in there. A real man just jams it in there. You see what I'm saying? Like you can tell because look at the elbows. Look at this. He's got them like, no, you just relax. You just full in there, man. You're just chilling. You're just chilling. And also, the other thing too, look at his posture. His posture's all wrong. He's kind of leaning away as if he's uncomfortable, but he's not leaning back, right? You're either fully invested, leaning forward, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff. Or you're leaning back enough to where you kind of, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But again, notice the arms are all the way in, elbows relaxed. That's the thing. This guy doesn't know any. He's screwed. He's going to injure himself or somebody else around him. Yeah, there's no dip in the back pocket. That's an important one right there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy, his pants are too tight, too. If your pants going to be that tight, we need a little chest hair going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Injury.
Jackass. If you could tell he doesn't know, the problem is not that he leaned on the hot thing, is that he's not leaned enough, so he doesn't actually know what's hot. This is why you limit tests. You lean on everything, and so you know what you can and can't lean on.
That results in a serious injury.
Great sound effect.
Sorry about that.
One word of caution from the old-timer would have saved a lot of pain and lost work time.
Yes, but he also wouldn't have met the pretty nurse. I think that's an
lapse
important
into
distinction. Sometimes you just have to take
the gap is correct when he starts.
Now, you know this. Look at this. Look how smug he looks. He's thinking about how stupid that guy is. He's thinking about how stupid he is. Never let it go to your head. Everybody needs practice.
But he doesn't think about how much he's grinding down the wheel.
The wheel. He's grinding down the wheel.
He gets by with it on that longer piece. Shake hands with danger, step right up and say hello. Grinding wheels and metal are what made Three-Finger Joe.
Good gosh, man! Oh no! I did not need to see that.
Fingers aren't the only things to think about when working with track.
Side over there, so we don't want to mess around with this little track. See that heat. There it goes!
A near miss due to the mechanic's failure to restrain the track before he unloosens it.
Oh, what a klutz. The worst part about this is he's never going to live this down either. Not only is this the guy the moron, but he made his friend look like a complete klutz. Look at this.
There it goes!
Wait for it. Poor guy. And by the way, nice job of the safety helmet here. What a real useful piece of equipment that flew off the second it was needed.
What happened?
A near miss due to the mechanic's failure to restrain the track before he unloosened it at a high point. Here, they're about to push a high-sprocketed machine from an old set of tracks onto a new set. With both tracks removed, the machine is free to roll. On a slight grade, it may just take off.
Nah. You know what's happening here. Listen, you never do this. It's always going to keep rolling. Like, inertia is a thing. These guys didn't even pass the high school physics. I tell you what. What did you expect? Wait, what are they doing? What are they doing? Are they throwing logs? My guy is throwing a stick. He's throwing a stick and the 5-ton punk of machinery rolling by. A stick. It's 10,000 pounds. Free rolling. I'm going to throw a stick in the way. There's just no way. They threw another stick. Another stick. Bro, what are you doing? No, do not do this, sir. Joe. He's about to be one-leg Joe. Are you serious? Everybody here is a fool.
If they'd had an operator in the machine, he could have stopped it by dropping the ripper or blade. Now, they should have planned proper blocking and restraint. But better still, they should change one track at a time. Then there can't be a rollaway.
What have we got going here, huh?
Hurry and failure to heed safety warnings can also endanger those doing routine maintenance. Despite constant warnings about hot oil and pressure systems, some optimist always thinks he can get his hand away in time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. Oh, gee. Hot. Somebody help me.
Needn't have happened. The temperature gauges, pressure gauges, and the safety caps on cooling.
This is me when I fall off the map or misuse my ult.
Oh, somebody help me.
Needn't have happened.
Needn't have happened.
The temperature gauges, pressure gauges, and the safety caps on cooling systems are there to prevent accidents from occurring. The people
bro, speaking of real life shaking hands with danger, when I was 16 years old, I was mowing the lawn with this really crappy riding mower that we'd bought like fourth hand. It was like $200. I'd had nothing but a push mower my whole life, like an 18-incher, literally mowing a 3-acre yard, me and my brother. It took us like all day. So we got this like John Deere old riding lawnmower, burning hot outside. Things sucked, but it was a miracle compared to what we have, even just because it was a wider blade. All right. So it gets stuck, of course, at some point during like one of the, because we didn't have a perfectly flat yard. So it gets stuck. It sucks. So I go to the side and I push it. And I pinpricked myself on the side of the metal as I was doing it. I was like, ah. So I push it out and I look down and there's some skin dripping off of my leg because I had touched like the muffler. It was red hot. And I still have a scar there to this day. So, yeah, not good. Not good. Not good. Also, much less fun of a fact. All this being said, I know we're having fun with this. I did tree service for about several months when we first got married. Because one of my buddies, his dad has a really, really expensive tree service in the area, and they needed some assistance, and I needed a job when I was finishing my bachelor's. One of my coworkers was killed by a falling log. I wasn't really particularly close to them, but it was really sad. So this kind of stuff, like, I know we're having a good time, but like people get freaking killed all the freaking time from this kind of crap. So yeah.
Hands with danger are those who don't learn beforehand what they're getting into. Like the owner whose brake rotor chamber has been losing air pressure.
Hey, Sam.
What is this? Is this lime? Like what are they shoveling?
I gotta run into the dealers to get some repair parts. While I'm gone, will you take
All right, so let's do a quick masculinity check here. What do you guys recommend?
I got the brake chamber off the loader. I gotta run into the...
Okay, so first things first. This is the average, let's say, working 50s man build. Tiny bit of a belly, but only a little bit. Tight-fitting upper shirt, sweat, dirt, grime, not a little bit of mutton chops here. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. He's got the masculinity thing down. He's strong. He works hard. His facial hair is a banger. He's got the nice tight upper fit, which shows his confidence. He's got those jeans and the work boots and the belt. This is what a man looks like right here. Now, the man on the left here...
I gotta run into the dealers to get some repair parts.
Now, I'm going to be a little more critical of the man on the left here. I think for this level of size, you'd expect a little more meat on his upper body. Like, look at that flat chest. We need a little more puffy. We need a little more size going on there. But his jeans are fitting pretty nice. He's got the little crook knee there, so you could tell he's pretty confident in himself. He's a younger man, but he's not ashamed to showcase that he knows what he's talking about. And the dirt rag and the back little grease rag in that back, that's a good sign right there. Good sign. Also, really important that he's got that top button or two. I wouldn't mind the second button being unbuttoned. That, I think, would exude a little more confidence. So we're almost there. And you could tell there's been some wear and tear in these jeans as well. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Well, I'm gone.
Hand placement? This is... No. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This right here, the hand kind of resting, this is the quick draw arrest. This is the quick draw arrest. Let me explain to you what that is. This is what this is right here.
Elaine, how about it? I don't know. It's mighty.
This is the build right here. You see what I'm saying? You guys ever seen Magnificent Seven? James Coburn. You get what I'm saying? This is the look right here. Look at the hand. Wait for it. Right here. This is the look right here. See, he's got that extra button mixed. He's got the hand here and the hand dropped. Right? Very lanky, lean, and strong. Clint Eastwood-esque. Ugh. The hand drifting is not a bad thing. That means he's just got a hover hand. James Coburn was... Oh, no, my scene. Sorry. No.
You lost.
James Coburn right here.
Said you're there. Let up, I said. So help me, I'll let you have it right where you are.
This is right here. Check it out. Oh. But right there, it's the floating hand, you know? Very lanky, very lean. Notice that he's got the button thing. Look how tight this is. Notice he's missing the upper body muscle mass here. But it's the lean, lank Clint Eastwood, like I said, James Coburn, Steve McQueen. It's good stuff. This right here, this is the vibe we're getting right now. This man will get you.
Will you take it apart to save us some time? Okay, Bill.
Yeah, and even okay, Bill, you know.
At this point, the service manuals called for the insertion of a threaded
Charles
tool
Bronson? Charles Bronson was
force.
even a badder man, yeah.
Sam hasn't read the manual.
Oh,
doesn't know.
Sam, we sung your praises, and this is how you repay us?
He's releasing a force that might be as high as 1,750 pounds.
Don't look in there, Sam. Get your head away from there, Sam. Uh-oh.
Whether you're working on anything from nitrogen accumulators to inflated tires, it pays to know the kind of power you're dealing with beforehand.
Ooh, the dissonance. Listen to it.
Power. Nitrogen accumulators to inflated tires, it pays to know the kind of power you're dealing with beforehand. The warnings about gasoline are as old as use of the fuel. Yet somewhere, somebody is always deciding it won't hurt to use it as a cleaning fluid just this one time. Oh, he'll empty the pan very carefully, just as soon as he finds a rag to wipe off the carburetor. Meanwhile, the fuel keeps vaporizing.
I've only got about another hour to go on this thing. I gotta get that thing washed over there. I'll be done in a minute.
Hey, at Spillo, I hope you're feeling better.
I'm sorry to hear it, man.
Because I get headaches real easily and
oh, no, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Terrible.
I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for the sub, dude. Thanks for the almost 4 years. Anesthesia Athena, I appreciate it. Congrats on the 7 months. I'm glad. Yeah, I mean, exactly. If they didn't mean it to be, yeah. So this is a big no-no. Big no-no.
I've only got about another hour to go on this thing. I gotta get that thing washed over there. I'll be done in a minute.
Okay. Real talk.
This thing, I gotta get that thing washed over there. I'll be.
I think the cigarette's just too big. You look like a fool. You look like Cruella de Vil. I think this is the real takeaway. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of cut off with my camera here. But you need a nice solid long blunt, which obviously that's inappropriate on the job. or you need a nice tight. There it is, nice tight cig. He looks like a freaking Godfather boss here. Like, this is not appropriate. You need to cut off at least half an inch on that cigarette. Otherwise, you're just not going to have the stub look right. You do not. If you're going to get lung cancer, you got to look right doing it in the workplace. And so this is just completely inappropriate. He does. He looks so foolish. Oh my gosh! Wait, what happened? Why are we on fire? What's going on? Holy crap!
It's possible to become overconfident about handling dangerous materials. A good reason why safety instructions should be
repeated just throws out a lit
at frequent
match.
intervals. Oddly enough, it isn't lack of familiarity with a job that causes most accidents. Often it's the routineness of the work that makes a person overconfident. Now, Bill Myers is changing buckets, a job he's done at least 100 times.
This doesn't look good.
If he were new at it, Bill would be watching and thinking about every step. Now it's so routine that caution has been dulled. The hole is dry. The pin won't slide in. There's no stick or swab in the grease can, but he could surely find one if he took the time to search around. This is the moment.
Man, real talk. Why are you going to grease your hand, man? You know how long it takes to come off?
Or shaking hands with danger.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You might want to look away. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Look away. Look away, look away. Close your eyes. I'll tell you when it's over. I'll tell you when it's over. Ah! Oh!
If he
no!
couldn't find a stick or a swab, Bill could have had the linking members moved apart and greased them separately. It would have been a nuisance, but Bill Myers would give anything to be able to go back and do it the right way.
All right, you're good, you're good.
I got this hose off of the dozer blade.
You can open them, yes.
Put this bolt in that end, but I'm going to take this in.
Okay, so masculinity check here.
Able to go back and do it the right way.
I honestly think this is not great. I'm not going to lie. Let me kind of explain why. So the obvious thing is that this guy's built like a rail, okay? That's not great, okay? Listen. But we've already established the long, strong, lanky lean. It's a great look for men. The problem here is that you can't look like this. So first off, the stern bush is not a bad thing. We love the little shrubbery going on here. But you gotta get it. You gotta get a look that's grime. If you're gonna wear a white shirt, get it grimed up. You know, you gotta show some color here. Get a little grit, little grime, and then that matching the hat. You just look like you're about to step on the runway. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. So we've got what looks to be like slacks here. These don't even look like work pants. And then a hard hat matching this really just, you know, it's not a good shirt look. It's not great. You look like a Karen in this shirt. This looks like someone that my grandmother would wear. So it's not the build of the man here. It's the look. You know, you're emphasizing all the wrong things. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. It's not great. It's really not great. The high-waisted pants would benefit, but it's really just lipstick on a pig. Not a good look. And here's the test. If you put a cigarette in this man's hand, would he look any better? And I think the answer is no. And I think that's a red flag. I think it's a red flag.
Hey, Ernie? Yeah, I got this hose off of the dozer blade here. Why don't you put this bolt in that end?
Now, Ernie's a little dumpy. I'm not going to lie. Now, Ernie might be a lineman, or he might have... I don't understand Ernie's outfit, to be honest with you guys. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of cohesive sense for either the job or looking properly. He just looks a little awkward, I'm not going to lie. It's not Ernie. This is the definition of the we don't talk about shake hands with danger. This is shaking hands with femininity on the job. And this is how people get killed, dressing like this. It's not good.
I'm going to take this.
No, the jumpsuit is not fire. It is not fire. If you're going to be dressed in a jumpsuit, you need to be built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You need to be freaking like ballooning out of those pants and that shirt. It's not good.
Sure. All right. I'll get it done.
No. Now the boots are good. These are good. This is solid. It's there. What are we doing here? That's not going to hold. These things break so fast, especially when they're chipped down like that. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. he gonna fall over or break? Dude, what are you doing?
He should have blocked both push arms, and he should never have relied upon anything as unstable or crushable as building blocks. Improper blocking and failure to block are major causes of crushing accidents.
Hey, come on down out of there.
We're dealing with enormous weight, and we should never depend upon hydraulics alone to hold it up.
I'll show you something back here. Ted, the position this truck bed was in without these locking pins in, and you working underneath the truck bed, and it had failed, you'd have had it. So, these pins should be in place as such.
Now, it's always important to look out for the other guy. Safety is always in the hands of people on the job. The warnings and cautions are there for those who heed them.
Common mistake.
Safety procedures are spelled out and illustrated in lubrication and maintenance guides, operators' guides, and service manuals.
Thank you, Caterpillar.
The protection is there in machine design and safety devices.
Now, this is a crucial moment in this video here. I want us to take a quick look and just say first impression. First impression, what do you guys got? Right? Needs a bit more flamboyance up top, I think. Seriously, super nerdy, not beating the allegations. 2 out of 10. Excellent Sigma male material on the left. Excellent style, posture, and mustache. I mean, just look at this man. I would trust this man with music taste, movie taste, food taste, etc. This guy here, not a great fan of the shirt, and he needs to commit to the balding. The balding stuff, nah, just full on shave it. Or at least give yourself a good old roundabout. Like give yourself the samurai cut. You get what I'm saying? Not so good.
Safety instruction.
I mean, this lady's hair is nice.
Emphasizing knowledge and awareness prevents accidents by
Now, I will say this man's body language with his hands is strong. He's got the leader hand and the float. He looks good. The belt's also a nice touch too.
And protective clothing helps shield the body from the unexpected. The human element remains. It can lend itself to safety.
Yeah, he's got strong hand motions. This is good.
Or turn a routine situation into a dangerous one.
Hey, Bob! I gotta get this shade out of here. That engine's not running. I don't care if it's strong or not. You see them trucks gotta come through here. I want this out of here right now.
Now, this is what we call workplace racism. And if you think it doesn't happen, you're a fool. This little whitey here comes on over and throws his weight around, tries to tell this black young man here about what he's supposed to be doing. And the worst part about it is he's not only insulting and demeaning, he's a fool. Look at this. First off, he looks like the crocodile hunter's like brain dead older uncle here. And Joe or Bob or whoever here, who by the way looks way better. He doesn't look here like he's about to. Look at this guy. This guy looks like a reject safari guy. Like this guy's. The important thing is the contrast, right? So not only do we have the orange, the dark hair, the dirty man shirt with the watch and the blue jeans with the dirty rag. So this is a perfect look. You guys can't even see the dirty rag. This is what we want to see. This guy should be telling this guy what's going on. This guy has no idea. I mean, look at this posture.
I gotta get this shade out of here. That engine's not running. I don't care if it's strong or not. You see them trucks gotta come through here. I want this out of here right now.
You can tell this, he's regretting his choices right here.
All know that the serviceman doesn't always work under ideal conditions. Mechanic Bob Murray has an excavator with a dead engine. It won't start, which means the brakes are locked, which means it's going to sit right here until Bob disconnects the final drives. Then he'll have a machine he can move.
Yeah, right there. Right there, telling him. Look, get out of the bushes, jackass! Look like a prairie dog. Go back home. Nobody wants you. Shut the frick up. Stop waving there. Holy crap. Man, nobody cares what you say.
What he should also have,
Idiot.
but doesn't, is a second vehicle to provide braking.
He won't. He won't. He doesn't know jack all. He's getting browbeaten by Captain Cracker over
Shake
here.
hands with danger. Hurry up and get it done. It takes two men to move this thing, but I'll make do with one.
No, you won't. This is a mistake, Bob. You shouldn't have done it. Look at this guy. Will you stop? Shut the frick up, Alexander!
Now, Bob isn't dumb. He wouldn't try throwing it all the way to the shop without help. But he just wants to drag it 100 yards or so and get that foreman off his back.
Well, I can't tell. The music isn't telling me what to think just yet. It seems to be happy music. Have arrived. Oh no, Bob. Bob, get off, Bob. Bob, get the frick out of there. Bob, you gotta bail. Bob. Can you imagine like this music being played while you're fearing for your life? Bob, get off, man. Bob. Oh no, he's losing control. The slack. He's losing slack. He's trying to slow it down. It's not working. He's gonna tip it. No. What are you doing, Bob? Bob! Get out of there, man.
Bob Murray will never again tow a freewheeling machine without having control over the braking. Now, Bob was lucky. Others were not.
Just in case you forgot.
Shake hands with danger.
Oh, okay.
Shake hands with danger. Shake hands with danger.
Oh, don't look.
Shake hands with danger. And friends I used to know. Compared to them, I'm lucky to be just Three-Finger Joe.
Everything's on fire. That's great. Well, what do you guys think? Soundboard worthy? Has to be, no? Has to be soundboard worthy. That was gold right there. We got anytime I go on a flank. Oh my gosh. That just seems too good. Well, that was great. I don't know. What other soundboards would we add? I'm going to turn on the light one sec. I don't know why my chat thing isn't working. We're going to have to update that again at some point. I swear we did this last stream. Didn't we have a bug last stream where it wasn't working? I had to do it again. A bit too racist sounding of a song. All right, well. You need to start making live VODs like Apply does where you just roast them? You mean like just like coaching on stream? I don't know. Apply's been doing good with that. I used to do that a while ago, but maybe. We see a clip of Reinhardt flying? Sure. See, this is the worst part, is you guys are going to soundboard me in the middle of a flank, and I'm just going to lose it. I'm just going to completely lose focus. I'm going to like start to take, no, surely nobody knows. And then someone's going to soundboard that at that moment, and I'm just going to be like, it'll be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's look at this real fast. Oh, my days. Shake hands with danger. Hello, Laura Sita. Happy New Year to you as well. All right, let's pull this up. Big patch for mid-season. You guys had, I downloaded like freaking the motherload here. What is this? 223? Wait, no, that's not what I meant to copy. Why did I copy that? That's my stream copy. Shake hands with danger. I assume it's this. All right, here we go. I always love this kind of stuff. Like, what even booped you? Like, why? Was that knife? Yeah, it was knife. So she gets shattered. You pin. She gets booped up from your pin. And then the knife pulls to her up in the air. And so I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, but like that shouldn't go that far. Why does knife pull Reinhardt from here to here? How does that work? Like, what? I swear, I've never seen something more inconsistent than the tank passive applying to Reinhardt specifically. Or not even Reinhardt specifically. I remember distinctly there was one moment in you guys remember Team Overwatched, where I don't remember what booped him on I think Diva? Or Rant, was it Diva? I don't remember. Do you guys remember this in King's Row 3rd? Does anybody even remember that? We weren't in a match. It was on King's Row 3rd. Was it Lucio? He must have been booped 20 meters. I wish I could find the clip. It was absurd. It is, like, look at this. Knife doesn't pull anybody this high. Why? Why is that? Junker Queen, right. Junker Queen. It was a Lucio boop on an ulting Junker Queen. There's like certain interactions. Like, why? Shake hands with, I'm sorry. Shake hands with danger. I'll still get pinned by Ryan. Keep complaining about your teammates' fault, but you'll be the one that's dying. Or something. That's great. Thank you very much. What a weird interaction. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Lucy Boop was definitely one of the main offenders. I'm trying to think of like what are some of the other ones. Junkrat Mine is a big one. Definitely random crap happens with that. Doomfist Punch. Do you guys remember, was it on stream or was it off stream? Did I ever show you that when I think I was playing Ryan, going into Doomfist on Havana and getting booped because it was the downwards, it was like a slight downward slope, and I was booped like literally like 35 meters by punch, going into the punch. I don't remember, but Doomfist Punch definitely is a weird one. I think with like slopes, it can be really weird. Weird. Yeah. Yeah. It has to be something with the air and there being no friction, and then how like the boop works. I've seen similar clips with far as conch where people go flying. Oh, wait, what? Gosh, that's really funny. Yeah. It was something like a downward clip thing here. So, all right, maybe we'll try a couple of vendetta games. I've got a few minutes, so might as well. We've finished our. We'll shake hands with danger. We're not really playing for rank or anything right now. We've already achieved the goal and the playtime parameters, so there's no real pressure. Let me change stream title really fast. So we're not playing any vendetta? No, we'll play some. Yeah, she's gonna get banned, but yeah. Shaking hands with dangerous stream title. I mean, yeah, sure, let's do it. Great call. No, we're playing ranks, and if the title is shaking hands with danger, I don't think you can shake hands with danger in quick play. I think you gotta risk dropping a plat with vendetta. You get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's an important risk. Otherwise, you're not really shaking hands with danger. You get what I'm saying? You're really just fraudulent otherwise. Wait, how? Okay, you know what? How do you add a soundboard? How do you add a sound? How to add soundboard thing with Twitch channel points? Does anyone know how to do that? I don't know how to do it. No. Okay, wait. I'm not. How do you do it? Tell me, Rick.
Twitch streamer, and you want to create something like this.
Hello there.
Yes, I want to do something like this.
Sound effect reward.
Yes.
How to do it? Okay, so
how do
for
I do
this,
it?
first of all, we need to add. In my case, it's going to be
hello there.
Sound from the Star Wars. Okay, so for this, first of all, we need to go toward the viewer rewards, channel points, manage rewards and challenges, and here we need to create these rewards. That means admin custom reward.
Okay.
I call it hello there. You can see the description, for example. Hello there from
Got it.
Star Wars sound effect. You can set the icon. I will keep it on default. What is this ball? The color, my reward request queue, and you can this one.
Yeah, I got that. I got that.
My coins and click on redeem hello there. But as you can see, it will not really do anything. We just set it as a redeemable reward for the Twitch coins. Now we have to add the alert, the sound behind this reward. For this,
wait, he follows Necros. That's funny.
Rewards, and now I will go towards the alerts, the left side. Here you can create all of the various kinds of alerts for your follow. Here at the create alert box, in case you have none. As you can see, you can create
alert box.
Alert boxes. So I will click on create. And here you got all those variants: the follows, the subscription, gifted subscription, cheering, raid, charity, hype trains, channel points, goals, and many more.
So channel points.
Play with the channel points, and we can set the sound behind our channel point reward. So for this, I will click on. Can easily custom it at the right side. So we will go first of all towards the general settings. Here I will set up the name, so it will be hello there.
Okay.
Condition. Here we want to set what is the condition of
not
this
any
alert
channel points
running.
redemption,
In
just
our
a
case, we want to
specific
choose
one.
Here the channel point, we can see the maximum is 99 seconds, but as my sound effect is no longer than 5 seconds, I can easily set there
Okay,
5.
okay.
Then I will go lower. Of course, you can set in the fade in, fade out effect, but in my case, I don't really have to like see any kind of text or any kind of picture. For that, I will go to text and speech, and I will simply delete all of the text.
Yeah.
And then I will go to visual and sound, and
Okay.
I will click on X, add this like GIF.
Ah,
GIF.
get rid of the image.
Now, when I will click on preview alert,
Nothing.
as you can
Just
see,
makes a noise.
we cannot see the
Alert
image, we
sound,
cannot see the
celebration.
text, but we can hear, and here you can see the alert sound. This is the place where the load file is
'Kay.
actually done. Of course, don't forget that your sound effects has to scroll somewhere around this alert sound, something like this, and you will simply click on acknowledge, and since we deleted the picture corner,
Is that
a
it?
little bit louder for. So this is what will occur on your stream as soon as somebody will pay the channel points. for the
Nice.
channel
Not that bad.
Then all you have to do is simply copy your browser source URL at the bottom right. So just copy, and you will go to your OBS. You will click add sources at the plus browser. Let's call it just.
Oh, you have to do a browser source thing.
Which
Doesn't do it automatically?
and then you will paste here at the URL your URL you just copied from the
Browser source. Okay. But okay, so now I've got to record it? Okay, doesn't Sarah Lee, don't you guys already have the soundboard thing? Are you an admin in the Discord? Don't you already have it? Is Sarah Lee here? Gregor? Bueller? We need a good
Adjust the focus until the picture is sharp. Now adjust the sound to a normal volume.
Shut the frick up.
Don't touch anything, okay? Be mince and total thinking. Here.
Need a guy.
Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
That's a pretty good right there.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
Wait, I'm gonna start recording this really fast. Here we go.
Here. Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy for me. Three-Finger Joe. Shake hands with danger. Find it anywhere you choose.
That's a great one too. Where's the creepy one though?
They're big enough and a key. Use it in a safe.
To the top. Right on.
Where's the creepy one? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The
Form is an
yeah.
thing on an X.
No, not the
bucket
dissonance
ground
ones, I don't think.
installed.
Was this it? Oh, is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Is that it? I think that's it. Nice. Perfect. Ah, yes. Okay, so okay, we got this. Okay. All right. So then I need to go to my OBS here and save that as an audio file.
With danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
Yeah, this is the one. Start recording this one. Ah! Shut the frick up. Okay. Well, I think we do two. What do you guys think? Creepy one and real man one? Yeah. All right. We're off to a great start. Normal one. Yeah. Wait.
Ought to know.
Wait, I'm gonna start recording.
Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy for me. Three-Finger Joe.
No, I think we need to re-record that part because I want the full little shake hands with danger.
This is your focus leader.
Don't. Now, anything?
Hands with danger.
Shake
Right here.
hands with danger.
All right, here. Yeah, this is it. Okay, here we go.
Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe. Shake hands with danger. Find it anywhere you choose. Be careless for a moment. Spend a lifetime with the blues.
Perfect. That's the long one. That one's got to be the harder to redeem one for sure. And then we'll have the creeper one for just the... Right here. Right here. What do you guys think? Right here. Is that it? I think that's it. Perfect. 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 Okay, that's it right there. Yeah. Okay, we get a little sound toodaloo here. This is really important. What am I looking for? Wait, what? MP3 audio. Yeah. Danger small. Oh, it's so good, man. It's so freaking good. I need to be a big corporate company that can get this stuff so that I can just write my own, hire people to write riffs like that for me. All right.
Danger.
All right, here. Yeah. Question is, how much of this do we use?
Shake hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. Need a Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Thoughts on that? I'll turn it up a little bit.
Hands with danger. Find it anywhere you choose.
Yeah, that seems good right there. Yeah.
Shake hands with danger.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
That's good right there, I think. All right. Yeah. And then you're right. I think we need to turn up the other one here. No, I think that's actually good. That's actually good. It's better that it's a little quieter. I think. Okay. We're so hot right now. Like we're exploding with heat right now. All right. Creator dashboard here. You think cutting out the drum at the end hurts? All right. We're gonna leave as is. Where's the viewer rewards? There it is. Okay. Channel points. Okay. Add new custom reward. Shake hands with, we'll just say danger. Spilo is probably feeding ... Cost, we'll say 2,000 just for now, whatever default. Cooldown and limits, we'll say 10 minutes. Okay. All right. I think that's that. And then what did he do? He went to alerts. Create alert box. Hang on. And then he did.
And our sound to detect this sound, and I see any kind of cover. But as my sound effect is.
Oh, and then channel points, custom point redemption, danger, and then specifically this one, and then we'll say 8 seconds because I don't think it's longer. Text and speech, nothing. Visuals and sound. Delete that. Alert sound. Upload file. Danger small. There it is. And then browser.
Did you know, in German Spillo is the short form for Spielethek, which is the German word for gambling room.
I did not know that. Wait, I did know that. I think Hottie told me. Thank you. Thank you, Lord Zedden. And then danger, small danger. And then hang on one second.
Browser, let's call it paste here at the URL, your URL you just copied from the Twitch. Of course, I don't want to use it right here, right now, because you would see the URL, but you already know this process from my older videos. So we will paste here simply, somebody will redeem this reward, nobody will see anything as we did know. Now you can actually, I can go once again towards the set it up once again. Showed you there, because every new alert box.
Okay. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go! We're down 1. 10-minute cooldown? Okay, fine. We might tweak it later. But we're gonna do another one. Let's do the other one first. Shake hands with danger. Oh, I need the channel point thing first. View rewards. Channel points. Okay, so we got the little one. I'll change the 2 minutes to, let's say, 5 minutes for now. That might have to change, but for now I'll say. And then shake hands with danger. Spilo screwed up. So weird to talk to myself in the third person. I'll say 5,000. Cooldown limits. Yes, we'll say 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, and then the alert box. No, not yet. Not yet. We haven't set it up yet. Ah. New variant. And that's shake hands with danger. Duration, say 15 seconds, I want to say. I'm not sure. He caught it. Frick you, dude.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Okay, let's try it. Can I do it myself or am I on my own timer? Okay, let me refresh here. I don't even think it's letting me do it. Okay, wait, hang on. Ah, frick, I'm on a cooldown. Okay, let me take the cooldown off for a second, just so that I can test it. Don't blow your channel points on it though. Let's say 1 minute for now. Just for a second.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
Okay, that's not right.
I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Why was it doing double? That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right. That shouldn't be doing that. Something's wrong with the alert box. It's screwed up with something. Let's try this again. I'll do it myself. You guys don't blow away your points. Let me make sure first off this works. Okay, hang on. I need to put that on no cooldown. No.
The guy who ought to know.
Why is it doing
I used to
both?
laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
That's so annoying. It's resetting that danger small. Could be the added visual. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have it disabled. This shouldn't be seeing anything. And yet it is. So that's wrong. Alert box 2. Nothing.
Shake hands with danger.
Nice.
Need a guy who ought to know.
There we go.
I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Nice. And then? Uh-oh. Small danger didn't work. No. Small danger didn't work, guys. No. Okay. So if I do this instead. Danger small. Now why would that not work? Why would that not work? That's so strange. That should work. Ah, frig, stupid cooldown. I love technology so much. Literally, it just worked. Nothing's changed, and now it is. Okay, let's try this now. Nope, not working. So the alert box is broken. So maybe we just start from scratch? I don't know. Because that one is just not working at all. I'm going to get rid of this one entirely. It's just broken. Let me make doubly... Wait, why am I getting the danger noise? Is that a follow notification? Please tell me I'm not getting follow notifications. Thank you for the follow button. Bro. Do I have to disable all of this? An error occurred, please try again. No, I don't think I will. No. 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 No, no. Okay. No, no. Okay, I think that should be okay. It was a follow notification. Frick me, man. Okay, let me make doubly sure that the shake hands with danger works. Nice.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Nice. Okay, I think we're good with that. No, no. 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 No, no. Yes. Small danger. Danger. 8 seconds. No text. No visuals. Not that sound. This sound. Okay, save changes. Copy. Properties. Okay. Now. And. We're back.
Need a guy who ought to know.
We're so back.
I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
8 minutes for the mini. And definitely 10 minutes for shake hands with danger. Okay. I think we're good. I think we did it. I think we did it. All right. I think we're good. The sound levels are very different. Which one is louder and which one's quieter? They're the same on my end, basically, but I can change that. What do you guys think? I can tweak that really fast. Let me pull that up really fast. Small is a lot more quiet. Okay, I want it quieter, but if it's too quiet... Okay. So then... I will turn it up a little bit then. I will turn it up a wee bit. Oh, you're right, it is quieter. There, that should be better right there. That's good to know. Okay. I think we're good. What the frick was that? How did that no-reg?
I'll make use of this. At last, my prize. Herbalist never could compete. I am the executioner.
I just like kind of getting my hands warm whenever I play Vendetta. There's definitely some combos you can go for, but I don't worry too much. Mostly just getting the hang of moving my camera around. Wait, I got her? Oh, no, I didn't. Needs to add this classic. One I need to add is bruh.
What's the plan? What's the plan? What is the plan? What is the purpose of your existence? You're deep.
Okay, actually, that's a great one, Jacob. I'll have to add that one. Do I have to add an OBS source for every single one? That's gonna be so annoying, though. Do I play max FOV? I don't know. Maybe? Probably? Yeah. Ah! Nice. Choppity, choppity. Oh, gosh. This is an investment. You guys were here to see history. I hope you guys know that. When you tell your grandchildren about me, make sure to mention this moment on stream that we did today. Shaking hands with danger is gonna be. This is the new year, new me. You get what I'm saying? Old Spilo would never do this. Old Spilo wouldn't be able to figure it out. New Spilo is gonna keep missing overhead chops, but he can at least establish something of a soundboard, even though it broke. It broke for no reason, and I figured it out. I don't know why it broke, but I figured it out. Yeah, this is a new me. You know what I'm saying? A better me. A better me. If that was even humanely possible. Yeah. Your friend's gonna be like, gosh, dude, Spilo is so much better nowadays. What happened? You'd be like, well, it was me. I assisted. I was part of the change. Be part of the change that you wish to see in the world. You know what I'm saying? I've already faxed my friend's dog about this. Nice, dude. Tell him that's okay. I don't know why I'm swing fire striking. I don't. 1, 2. What the frick am I doing? Oh, the frickin'. I don't know. Friggin'. 1, 2. Bam. Swing. Fire strike. The question about Frey is a good one. I would probably try to weave in primary fire before I do my take aim, to be honest with you. Or because basically the way to think about projectiles, like it is the Sojourn, the sooner you kind of want to front load the projectiles because it's the thing that's harder to finish. You want to finish with the second bolt, you know what I'm saying? So you'd either primary fire, bolt, or you bolt, shoot, bolt. So you'd probably open with primary fire first. Just like one bullet. I know it's tricky, but that's what you would want to aim for. You try to get your primary fire bolt off before they know that you're there. And then that second primary fire, you wait to see how they move. But the reality is that there's just no real reliable combo anymore, and that's by design. Thoughts on caking the third swing when fighting the corner? Oh, yeah. Like pre-firing it? Yeah. Watch top players. Rack attack. I love it's just Rack. Thanks, Rack. Oh, it's apply as well. Who else? Muma, apply, Rack attack. Super. Freaking simps. Sycophantic simps. I'll tell you what right there. Emong, I tell you what. Just the worst, most evil people I know. Is that it for America? What about Europe? Classic. I knew it, man. The most racist region. Can't trust these guys, man. Oh, hang on a second here. Blizzard. Okay. Noticers. Does an Asian not use Twitch? I mean, surely they're aware that that's a limitation, right? That they have their own streaming site, or Billy or Chili or whatever it is. Biblibop, yeah. Wait, are they only? Does they only show if you're live? No, see, because look, it shows red, but then it's black here. Emong, I assume, is not live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, frick you. Why? What did I do? Did somebody channel that in? Ah! Was that like an implication? I'm crossing a line here. Let's see my vault.
I have been looking forward to this deal. I'm almost reluctant to part with that one.
Why does Blizzard think that I'm a Kiriko main? Like what implication have I given them that where's my face cam here? That this is what I want. What have I done? Moira? Kiriko? Really? Do I look like a Moira Kiriko main? I'm kind of offended. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Wait, that's not what I meant to drag. No, stop. Frick in. No, Lauracita. No, it's nothing. It's nothing to say. You missed out on 40 loot boxes? What? What do you mean 40 loot boxes?
I have been looking forward to this deal.
What? Am I being rage baited? Event? Yeah, I shook hands with the bubonic plague, yes. Wait, sorry, what?
This is my most exclusive stock.
Winter Wonderland stuff? Where? What? Where are loot boxes? Where? But where? What buttons? Send cookies? Huh? Oh, is in playing the events?
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
I have point. Oh. Is there any other reason to use this currency? Oh. Do I have to keep doing this? Like, oh, I don't know. Why? I don't care. Whoa! Oh, why? I don't want to be this streamer. I'm not gonna soy jack for our consumer. Shut the frick up, Krampus. This is what I'm here for? This is my life? This is my job? This is what I'm going to tell my children? Oh dear. Give Krampus! I don't want to give it to Krampus. Oh, what have I done? No, I'm not gonna wait. My finger gets bored. Why is the music still playing? I don't care. These all suck. Everything sucks. Your mother sucks. Mama sucks. Everything. Dude, I just... Oh my gosh. And for what? Loot boxes?
Select your hero.
Yes, I didn't look at that section. I just didn't look. Oh gosh. Dude, if Vendetta gets banned, we're fricked. If Vendetta gets banned, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what we're going to do if Vendetta gets banned.
Select heroes to ban.
It gets banned, I don't know, Hanzo, so Bastion, I don't know. Or Pharah, like I have no idea. Does anyone want to ban anything? Winston? Ball? I don't want to play Sem though. I feel like I'm too good at Sem. I mean, I guess we're just having fun. I'm gonna lose it. I'm going to explode. I'm gonna implode on stream.
More like shaking hands with bands.
And I'm playing Chudbon. Go ahead, lock it, bucko. Take Bastion from me, I don't mind. Go ahead, Narc. What does this guy play? Does this guy actually play? I have no idea. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. What are you gonna play? There it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. What am I gonna play? Soldier? Like, no, I think Sombra I'm a little too... Maybe I'll play Sombra. I'm honestly not as good as Sombra as I am at Sim or May. Or Pharah, for that matter. I'm not playing Tracer. And I'm not playing Sojourn. I'll play Sombra.
In my world, there are no secrets.
This sucks. Tell you what. This is gonna be embarrassing. Why do I have this skin equipped? This skin is not that... I don't know. Okay.
Round one. Capture.
Oh gosh. I'm old and sick and tired and too old for this crap.
Sistema comprometido.
What the frick is going on here?
Feeling much better.
Wait, how did he shoot me twice? Frick me. For some reason I misjudged that. I joined the stream and bro is already super progressed. He's gonna push me and I have to leave. Oh, Mother Teresa, are you freaking kidding me? Ah, boom, bobby, bippity bop, boom, pow. Ah!
System compromised.
Ah! How do I do this?
Feeling much better.
Zenyatta. Got it. No, I didn't get him. No. Got him. He's dead. I mean, they're just kind of ignoring me, so... This is the Sombra gameplay loop, basically. Dude, I'm not doing anything wrong! It's fine! Look, I'm perfectly safe! I'm not safe. Why did I just... We're good. We're good. Everything is well and dandy. I need to back off. This is too close. Too easy to clear. No, see? See? We're fine. See? See? I don't give a frick. I should have given a frick. Mother Teresa. Okay, we're good. I needed to wait for Virus for me to do that EMP. Because if I just Virus that Reaper... I mean, it works, okay? It works.
Ya volví. Score 1-0.
You just sit there, you control the lane for 7 years. They never really put enough resources in me. You anticipate the pressure a little bit. And the next time you EMP and virus properly so that you can actually get the kill. Questron, thank you for the raid.
Got a lot of systems that need hacking.
I hope you had a good stream. You here for the Sombra? Yeah, we're just AFK angle maxing. I'm super washed. Please have mercy. I'm literally picking Sombra because I'm not that good at her.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is. Of course, the one time Questron raids me, I just freaking love this. It's just disastrous. Oh boy. If any of you guys... I'm gonna lose it. No! You're not gonna take this angle away from me, tell you what. That's right, you like that? You like a little bit of disease? Like a little bit of pestilence for you? Why did I flick that? Why did I move my mouse in such the fashion? How did I miss that? I didn't miss that. I did. Don't yell at me for hacking health packs. We're just angling here. We're angle maxing. We're uptime maxing. Don't you freaking dare. You. Yeah, I gambled. I don't know why I gambled. I really greeted that for no reason whatsoever. My bad. I was like, I can survive one more shot to the mega. I think we angle max backline help us retake a little bit. Who died? Yeah. They're already chasing.
You're mine now.
Okay, they're not pushing me, so I just go to one.
I'm getting the objective. Heroes never die.
Oh dear.
We're losing the objective. Let's take it back.
That's a good trade. Frick! Ah!
Let the keep catch you later. I'm on fire. My ultimate is ready.
Ah, look, I'm fine! I'm fine! No!
I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three Finger Joe.
I have my attention now.
almost ready.
I'm on fire. Did I systems hack? Gotta go.
No, commit.
My ultimate is ready.
You know,
Apagando las luces.
what am I doing? What am I? Why? Wait. No, wait.
Heroes never die. I'm on fire now.
I'm trolling the lobby. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Like, this shouldn't be this hard. Alright. Friendless son of a pooping in the bottom. Yeah, you like that? You like a little bit of disease? A little pestilence for you? Yeah, yo. Yeah, you like that? You like that? Is this what you want? Is this the legacy you want to leave? Yeah, what now? What now? Who's the rock muncher now? Tell you what. Yeah, this is what you get. Yeah, that's what I thought. Freaking idiot. I never doubted. Why isn't this a raid sub alert? Do you guys want to see me lock in? Good question. Good question. Maybe we should do that. I don't know. Give Krampus. Okay. We're good. Wait, more? I just keep going? Does it end? Does it just never end? Have I not been a good consumer?
Season's greetings.
I have to keep clicking for some reason. My body propels me to click more. I don't even know why I'm here anymore. I don't even know what the purpose of this thing is anymore, but the clicking continues. I don't even know why I'm gifting Krampus. I don't know what that means. I feel like I'm gifting myself.
Now that's the holiday spirit.
Is that it? One more? What? What do I just open box now? Is that it? Consume?
Vote for a man.
Oh no, the Bastion player's on my team again. I should have avoided him. I should have avoided him. I should have avoided him. Oh no. If Vendetta gets banned again, I'm gonna weep. Openly. Please. Definitely ban Hanzo here, because you got freaking snipers. Oh. No. Please, Hanzo. No, please. Yes, Genji, sure, I don't care. Why would a Bastion ban Winston? Or Ball, for that matter? What do I even play? Venture? I'm so washed at Venture. No, I'm not gonna play Freya. Freya would be a disaster class. The hero is bad and I'm worse. No.
Let's make history. Ha! Gotcha.
Oh dear. Have mercy.
Battle draws near. Ready yourselves.
Oh dear.
I saw you writing earlier. Diary?
No,
what?
It's more like a record of my hopes and thoughts.
That's Still a diary, I think.
Dude, this is gonna be tough. I tell you what, this is gonna be depressing. This might be tragic. This might be criminal. I don't know what I'm even doing here. I don't like here. Fortifier to use, so moment of vulnerability, frick me. This is something. I'm not actually gonna go. This should feel like death, right? Come on. Discarding body. Tank swapped. I think I stay here. They're running such an immobile comp that, like... There's Sig. What the frick are we doing?
This is the good stuff.
What perk did I even grab? What perk did I even grab? I actually don't even know what I grabbed. What does this do? Oh, longer. Actually, that's a pretty good perk for this map. See? Just like I drew it up. It's not. I mean, my ult's a lot worse, but this is a decent map for that perk. I think it's kind of important for me to get here versus double sniper here. Yeah, mama. Nope, I'm good. We good. Oh, this is going so. Gonna mirror her aggression. I can always just get out here. Okay. Don't care if they know. The element of surprise is long gone. I can't win Storm Arrow. Too scary. Could have maybe deepened there, but well, I mean, I told you guys, like, I just don't know if these matches are balanced for me playing Venture or Sombra. Maybe it's too small of a sample size, but... Dude, Stefano, we got it, man. We got it.
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Now they fold? Possible. Possible. Not if I hustle on my positioning. The left angle is definitely the play. Well, actually, I don't know. If I can wrap around deep right to their flank towards spawn, that might be high risk, higher reward. What rank do you think you'll hit if you only venture Sombra? I mean, I've already hit old Masters with Venture Sombra, which is the equivalent of like Masters 3 or Masters 2 now. Or actually, honestly, it might be more with Grandmaster now. So I've already hit the equivalent of like Grandmaster. This is why people are like, why don't you just climb to Grandmaster? It's like, it's just such an arbitrary parameter right now. Because it really depends on the season.
I can't
But
wait to get out there.
I've climbed to the equivalent of Masters 5 and post season 9 with both rework Sombra and Venture. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective
Over there.
Not gonna burrow just yet. I'm gonna try the greedier stage because of how fragile this comp is. Yeah.
Oopsie daisy.
Now we got turrets. More turrets. Where is she? Is that Ana up top? Dude, it worked! Shut the frick up! But that rotation is way freer than I even thought versus the double poke stuff. It's super easy to angle on them. They lost so much space the second I went in that way, and they were literally like all on the line. So. Yay! Again. Like I said, it didn't really matter this season. I'd already achieved my initial rank goal, and I've already achieved my play time in Vendetta. Vendetta was definitely, like, you could tell this season was a little bit easier because I reached my ranked goal. Even if she is overtuned, I achieved my rank goal in only like 12 hours, which is like, if you go to even, I mean, Freya was way longer. When was the last time I played? I think it was Freya, right? No, Wu Yang was only 10 because, you know, haha, support. And also, he wasn't super it's not just an arbitrary rank goal, it's also he wasn't super complicated to understand. Freya was definitely more complicated to understand, as well as being more difficult because DPS. So this was like 40 hours with Freya. I think I hit Masters at like 37, 38 hours technically, and I overplayed a little bit. But still, that's like so much longer. And then Hazard was 25, but it would have been probably closer to 18, 19, but I purposely played bad for the purpose. Like, I trained sloppily for the purpose of a video, which I released. Talked about mental toughness and training quality and how it directly correlates. And then Juno was not too bad, only 13 hours with Juno, and that was a more difficult season. Venture, 16 hours, again, not too shabby. I actually thought Venture was more, so maybe I'm just the GOAT. Rework Pharaoh, that was just only 8. I don't have to play rework characters generally as long. And then, yeah, and so on. Yeah, I did season 20 stats, so it's like one of the first things we did. Another classic. Dude, you're finding all the bangers here. Let's see this.
Are you freaking me? I will cut you down and curse your children for 2 generations! Be gone! Be gone! You foul pestilence!
That was my bad. Like, I don't even know what the plan was. I used my drill dash way too late, so I didn't have it when I got it.
You should play tank and play Doom and Pretenius and Vendetta. Yeah, Doom would legitimately take me a while. I think Doomfist would take me a while. I know the Master is mean, but I think it would probably take me nowadays. I don't know. I don't think it would take me as long, but Ball, yeah, Ball would take a while, but probably Ball. Honestly, okay, hot take. I don't think Ball would take me longer than Doomfist. Straight up. For me anyway, I feel like my fundamentals of understanding how to cycle like Ball is like way stronger. I think Doomfist feels it's way more of a mechanical challenge for me. Ball would have the higher skill floor for mechanics, but like I feel like give me a couple of days and like I'd be doing fine, doing good enough. Positioning, cycles and stuff. With Doomfist, it's like, you know, you just have to hit your shots, you know? Like Doomfist feels so much like Doom. It's not even like, oh, these crazy rollouts. That's not the mechanics I'm talking about. I'm talking about you have to hit your shots with Doom. You have to hit your shots. And so much of ball, if you have like a strong macro, a lot of the character doesn't feel too shabby. Yeah, the tech for Doom is wildly overstated. And for ball, for that matter. There's a couple of techs that are important for ball, for sure. I'd say more so. And there's more skill ceiling with ball's techs than Doomfist in terms of, not skill ceiling in terms of how hard they are to do, but how hard they are to do for the relevant ones. Like Doomfist has a lot of kind of irrelevant techs that aren't super important, whereas ball does have a lot of pretty important techs. But that's like skill ceiling and you don't need it. I also think ball is just the stronger character and has been for a while. Yeah, agreed with Lube. Yeah, and Retract has helped a lot as well. Retract has definitely lowered ball's skill floor by a lot, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Loot boxes, all right. Wait, I can't, oh, it's just the one legendary. I did not look at console stats, sadly, no. That's a great, excuse me, that's a great point. I probably should have with the aim assist change. I totally forgot, to be frank. Not a huge fan of this skin, but these are cool. I have time to play one quick play game. I will play quick play, and we'll screw around, and then you guys can let me know what do you guys want to see. I'll let you guys pick the hero. I'll silly max, and then we'll probably maybe 1 or 2. I have to go in about 15 minutes. Let's see what roll I get first. Uh-oh. Hit scan? Let's do it. I mean, this game might be really, really over pretty quick here. It's going to be ugly, I'm just warning you. There's Lucio roll up, so we got some time. I don't know. What happened? Was that a Kiriko headshot? I must have been a Kiriko headshot. I thought it was Genji headshot, but there's no way that's enough. I know it's not enough. I'm gonna lose it. I cannot believe. I cannot believe. Ah! Ah!
10 seconds remaining.
I just hate this. It's just the worst. Doesn't count. Now, why do I have 2 more loot boxes? Alright, you... Alright, I'm tank. Alright, what tank are we doing? Same stream, by the way? Could have won that in Junkrat. Yeah.
You want it? You want it? Come on! Hit me! Hit me! Ah! Ha!
Wait.
Sorry to bore you.
Yeah. You know. You already know.
Oh yeah. Wait, ball? Backline Ryan, ball? Alright. Alright, we can do ball. I don't think I've ever... I have definitely played him on this map, but I've not really... I don't know. This will be tough. There could be some drunk driving here.
Champion. Prove you're more than just prey.
The hamster prefers a real challenge.
This door opens for sure. I wonder what happens if I roll out on the side. I don't think I've ever rolled out on the side. Alright.
5.
Stadium All-Star damage.
2,
Alright.
1. Round 1.
Come on. I feel like this can't be the fastest roll-off. This is so unbelievably glacially slow. I don't even mean to know what I'm doing here. I don't even know what we're doing here. I don't mean to react. No. Okay. No. For some reason thought I had slam there and clearly did not. There are no limitations. Unless it's aim. That's a bit of a limitation. But there are no other limitations worth mentioning. Oh, that's not exactly what we were aiming for here. Can you go away? Can you stop doing these things to me? Can you just do this? Like, no. No, stop. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to grapple. I didn't mean... Oh, we're still stalling this. We got this.
The guy who ought to know. I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Meteor strike.
Okay, we gotta lock in a little bit here. We gotta go. We have to have like a minor lock here. Like a, it doesn't have to be a major, but just something. No. I don't know what I did that for. I just don't really know. I feel like Brigitte is such a freaking skill check for ball. Like, I just such a like a, if you got it, you got it. If you don't got it, you don't got it, and then you don't got it. For me, it's definitely a don't got it thing.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Tracer.
Oh, okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I mining? What's here? No. Ah. I don't know what the plan was there. I'll get the boot damage here. I don't think survivability should be a problem versus this comp in terms of uptime. No, stop it. Go away. Oh! Oh! Oh no! No, I didn't mean to do that. No. That's not the direction that we are intending to go. Oh, look at that. Almost got her. Alright. Three-Finger Joe is about to get ya. Nobody ever expects Three-Finger Joe, but Three-Finger Joe is a bad man. Three-Finger Joe is drunk driving. Dude, I legitimately don't know why I must have been speed boosted? Or no, dude. I just still not doing any damage, guys. I'm not doing a single lick. And they're on flyers. I have to do something. Actually, I don't know why I followed that as if she was still alive. Yeah, you like this, buddy roll? I know, I see you, Brig. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Nope, no. Stop it. Get help. Wait, can I boop the tank once? Just once. Just give him, okay.
Best round. One. Score.
I have less than half of the damage of my Vendetta. My Lucio is out damaging me right now. Versus Flyers. This is one of, okay, surely this one will be simpler.
Everyone ready?
I agree, Matt. Most of the time. Tell you what. All right. Can we at least get the rollout right here? This is feeling juicy right there. Okay, maybe a little bit too much grapple in there, so slow me down, and then we're gonna go whop. And then we're gonna go whop, and then we're gonna juke and dodge. And my Lucio's already dead. And then we're gonna go whop. And then we're gonna go, oh frickin'. Get up, yeah!
Take the point.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm just standing here. I can't. I'm drunk. I don't even think drunk.
Hello. Good to see you. Hey.
This is not going to work. That's not how that works. That's not how physics works. Okay. No. Of course, her shield blocks abilities. Mine never. If I play Brig, never would work. I could not physically be doing less damage if I was trying. He's not even aiming for me! I'm gonna do something crazy. Alright, if I get the angle here. Yeah. You see it? And then you get a little bit of the sauce. It works. Okay. Oh my gosh, who is this man? Watch his tracking. And then just spin the wind, freaking out. Give him a little bit of that. How did I get up there? I couldn't have done that if I had tried. Yeah. Wait. No. Ha, see, I'm good. Little bait there, little bait here. Oh, yes. Daddy says it's time to work. No, now come back. Come back around. Give him the old 1-2. Give him the old 1-2. Yeah, you give him like the old 1-2. Alright, we got the OT. Get the frick out of dodge. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm gonna touch. I touched. I died for the touch. Okay. We're getting there. See? It was better. I almost doubled my damage. Stop holding on your grapples for so long? Well, I was trying to hold on the grapples for the Brigitte, but I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest.
Season's greetings. Let's get this done.
Okay. I'm gonna go for an absolutely insane killing rollout. I should have gotten the other perk, I think, honestly. I don't think I necessarily needed to go for the super save. It would have been nice to have the shield versus the brig. Alright, where would I roll here? I don't know what to do here.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
Yeah. Yeah. You see me? You see me? Just like we drew it up. Yep, you want that, buddy? Sorry. Daddy's health pack. Wait, no, Daddy's health pack is... We're just freaking... Felt, somehow it was going to go differently in my head. No. Stop it. Get help. Yeah. Yep. We do these things. This is how we roll. We get it done in the South. Uh-huh. I hate this. I despise this. I'm not enjoying my stay. I head punch. What am I doing? No. No. Ah, a little bit of the tank boopy damage. Yeah, you like that, Papa Jones? No, don't want to do that. Don't need that. It's not the land that we're going to be visiting today. Yeah, you like that? Honey kitten? Yeah? You like that? I hear you, Genji. I don't give a frick. What am I doing? Yeah, look at that. Easiest death of my life. Okay. That was a mistake. Come on, Papa. Live for beat. Live for beat. No. Oh my gosh. I didn't get the spread I wanted. No, I threw them all into a corner. Oh my gosh! Unstoppable! Yes! Unstoppable! I think there was a clear carry in this lobby. I don't need to see this. Yeah, I mean, I know it's just quick play, but there's a reason why they call me the big cheese. So, you know, it happens. I have a skill set that some might call unnatural. But, yeah. Alright, goodbye. That is all. Thursday, we might do... I've got some ideas planned for this week. I haven't had a chance to plan normally streams out as much as I'd like. But Thursday, there's a chance we'll do...
Shake hands with danger. Need a guy who ought to know.
Yeah, well...
I used to laugh at safety. Now they call me Three-Finger Joe.
Peep this ego clip from The Danger.
Him of another kind of mental hazard. Ego.
How you doing, hotshot?
Actually, that's really funny. Yeah, we'll probably do like a debate spoiler segment, maybe the Vendetta guide. We'll have to wait and see. But, all right, loves and kisses. Hopefully I'll feel better by Thursday. The sinus infection is kicking my tail, man. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for being around. Remember,